people's house. Big Zeus, here's the people's house. Big Zeus, pull up to the gate, 1600 on the map. Supposed to be the people's house, I made it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power through the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Traffic for the team, ready, right, and do that move. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sleeping on
Good morning.
Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK, now it's photo ops, power plays.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Big Zeus, it's the people's house. Zeus. Powers in the air.
You're in school on time.
Walking on the dog, Zeus. We wanna hear your soul. Yeah. Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. People all them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Take it back and write the code.
Good morning.
Got your soul. Put my portrait on the wall. They staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing, doing deals all in the
Brother
dark.
Val.
Making dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who is on my line. Got the
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do.
No stains on my kicks and the rally outside, and the gates is locked. This power never divides. Sitting for the block.
Diava.
Make them wanna fight. 1600, do it all day, all night. The people's house is a trap.
Got the power, bring it back. Money talks loud, time to clap. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a rap, I'ma bring it back.
Happy Friday. You watch every day while you're at work. Wow, thank you so much for doing that. That's pretty impressive. That means you're just as dedicated as I am. All right, shout out to the chat this morning. Happy Friday. And I am the most handsome of all time. All right, seriously. I see some folks out there still trying to ride the wave, but you know what? You can try, but you won't be successful. Good morning. Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly why we are here.
It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse.
Let's go. You're on your black job, okay?
It's like deja
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator
Screaming, I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every
Let's
week
go.
I take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw.
I won't finish last.
Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you reach your
Let's
famous.
go.
The algorithm turned me to a maniac.
Yeah.
I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac.
Hey, W Terra. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they use my ex, that mean they left me. They don't give me pause.
Thank you. Thank you.
I say it with my chest cause I'm
All right. Let's all do it together. W Rick. Let's do this part together because this is what they said. Here it goes.
I'ma take off in spaceship.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you what, I've gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. It was radical.
It was.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Wow, that hurts.
It's like
That hurts.
deja
That
vu.
hurts. That hurts every time. Every time. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday! Once again, we are gathered here to do some incredible work in order to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons who are out here hell-bent on trying to destroy this great country. They don't want America to live up to its promises, right? Because they just want to destroy the country. But we're not going to allow them. We'll never surrender, and we will continue to debunk these people in real time. Just like shout out to Jerome Powell yesterday, who debunked a MAGA demon in real time. Shout out to Jerome Powell. But before I get any further into what I normally do, let's go ahead and take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H as well, it's because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. All right. The second H as well, it's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. But here's the thing, just because your feelings are hurt, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Most likely it means you need to sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. Seriously. All right. And then the last and most important, final H, ladies and gentlemen, it's the most important H of them all, and you already know what it is. It is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Thank you. Wow. All right, well, get it on out of your system. Thank you all. And it's undeniable. It's irrefutable. All right, we got to let it simmer. I get it. All right, yeah, I agree. The last H is probably the one I use the most, especially when I go into those MAGA spaces, because I understand how to get these people to just kind of surrender to the wave that I bring. Now, listen, many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok. What we do is spectacular, all right? These people are hell-bent on trying to destroy the United States of America as we used to know it, right? And they're hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours because these people we have found through years and years of real hardcore work of talking to Trump supporters or talking at them, right? We've learned a couple of things about MAGA. One, they're the biggest hypocrites on the face of the earth. These folks don't care about nothing. They don't even know what the heck they're saying. They say things in English, but it's clear they don't comprehend the words that they're saying, because at best, all they do is go around and repeat what their dear leader tells them to repeat. Dim's approval ratings are terrible. Oh, Johnny. Johnny, you really gonna start my show off like that with that lie? I am so glad Johnny came in my show this morning and he wanted us to talk about poll numbers and things like that, because that's exactly, Johnny, what I am going to talk about. Wow. W's in the chat for Johnny. He's a MAGA demon, but what he just did, it's an alley-oop. He just set me up to do I'm going to do a 360 behind the back slam dunk on Johnny. And I promise you, Johnny, when I get done sharing out this information about poll numbers and things like that, Johnny, your head is going to spin and it's going to pop right off, champ. All right. And I'm just so grateful that we have a MAGA demon in here today, coming in here, because they try to sound smart and think they got me on something. You'll never get Zeus on anything MAGA, because here's the thing. I understand every MAGA accusation is what? It's a MAGA confession. Number two, I also understand that MAGA hates truth, like roaches hate light. And I know this because every morning I show up to work on TikTok. They say, Zeus, why don't you get a real job? Well, first of all, saving the country has to be the best job I've ever had in my life. All right, MAGA. And this is a job that's thankless for a lot of reasons. But you know what? I'm going to continue to do it, because when I move on to the next segment, it'll start to sink in. It's not just what I'm doing, but shout out to all of the amazing content creators, actually, on the left. All the amazing content creators who get out here religiously and just debunk these narratives. And the battlefield isn't just on TikTok. I take it over there to X. Anywhere I know there is a nest of MAGA demons, I will go in there and I will do some of the most, I have destroyed so many MAGA lies on X that these people, they don't even like me anymore. W Zeus. Yeah, X is no longer a fun space. Because, we Democrats, they say, well, we got to go to Blue Sky and because we don't want to deal with and that was cool for a quick second. But then I realized something. I said, oh, but what do I got all these weapons over here, these truth bombs for? What am I going to use them for? I got to go over there to the red spot. I got to go over the X and I'm going to use them. And I made the decision that I needed to go over to X when, you know, that guy, Elon, how many of you heard of Elon Musk? Anyone heard of Elon Musk? Elon Musk went on to X, his platform, and he says, you want to know the truth? Donald Trump won't release the e-files because he's in them. Okay, and so when I said, well, shoot, Elon, if you're going to go over there and do that to him, I got to get in on the fun. And so, you know, I don't really care for Elon that much. But one thing I do enjoy is making sure we rattle those cages of these MAGA demons and let them know there's not going to be any stone left unturned. When this is all said and done, Donald Trump's presidency, I don't know when it's going to end, hopefully sooner, because hopefully he gets impeached. And then, you know, we'll deal with whoever it is, JD. We'll deal with JD after that. But once we get Donald Trump to resign or basically get impeached, ladies and gentlemen, I truly, truly believe that the MAGA cult will cease to exist. It will cease to exist. I strongly believe that, and we're on the verge of getting it there. So listen up. Before I go any further, I'll just say this. If you're a Trump supporter out there, you don't need to really do anything like, oh, I want to go and report Big Zeus is live, you know, because we get it. That's all you can do when you don't have any answers to these questions that we got. When you don't have anything to combat the truth, that's all you do. You cry. MAGA is professional victims. So what I'll say to all of you professional victims out there, MAGA, you know, the ones who went to the Capitol on January 6th and got yourselves indicted and convicted, you know who you are, and then turned around and tried to blame Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi for that. Yeah, if you're one of those folks out here, do me a huge favor, all right? Because playtime's over. Why don't you just leave my live and go hang out with Snuggles? Go hang out with Snuggles. Go hang out with the Russian bears. Okay, because they and you know who there's a new one. And I'd hate to say this, but you all heard this lady get on my show one day. I'm not going to mention their name, but I got to say this to the kingdom because I got to keep it honest. Remember when I had that one Russian bear in here? There's two main bears, but we found out that we had a enemy, a treasonous person. You know who they are. And I got them in my box because they claim that they're on the left, but they always hang out with the bear. And they said, oh, Zeus, why are you so mean to us? Why? And I said, well, look at what these people have done to me. They've said nasty things about Big Zeus, and they even used the slurs, the N-word. And what did she say to me? She said, well, that's fine, because I go, are you okay with them saying those kind of things about me? And she said, yes. And I said, why? And she goes, because they're not doing it to me. Remember when she said that? Yeah. Right? That's what she said. They can call you. They can say the N-word, this and that to you and anyone else, Zeus, but it's okay with me because they're not doing it to me, right? So this is a true story. So then they blocked me on my main account. Then the next account that I got, which is this one, they come back and I don't know how they ended up finding me over here. I think, didn't you block me? Zeus, can you tell your mods to stop muting me, Zeus? You know how they do. Zeus, please tell your mods to stop muting me. And I said, I have the best mods on TikTok. So what are you talking about, ma'am? Oh, well, don't you want a diverse opinion and this and that? And I said, hold on a quick second. Aren't you the person that told me, as long as it's not happening to you, it's okay? Yeah, I did say that, but that was about this. Well, guess what? I'm going to say this to you. If my mods are muting you, as long as it's happening to you and not me, it's okay, W. Zeus. And you know what they did after that? They blocked me, and I said, you know what, W. Zeus again. I could care less, you sickos. I could care less. Block me. You know what? I've been saying it from the very beginning. If you don't like what I'm doing over here, stay the heck away from me. All right? And so on that note, I'll say it again. If you don't like this level of truth that I continue to deliver each and every single morning, Monday through Friday, I'm supposed to be on at 6:30 a.m., but I've been doing around 6:40 a.m. Pacific time, then do us all a huge favor. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. So on that note, I've given everyone a PSA announcement. If you don't like what I do over here, just go ahead and leave. All right. Because honestly, there's people who want to be here and they want to actually get up to date on what's going on. I understand a lot of folks are, in traffic at work. They're doing a lot of things to take care of themselves, and that they tune in every morning because they love They just love the way that, we all get out here. W. Rick. They understand there's a need to push back against what's currently being, thrown at us from the Trump White House, the Trump administration. Not everybody really subscribes to that. This lie that MAGA has been spreading, 77 million people voted for this. You know what? You can vote for something and then have a change of heart. I'm going to be honest with you. It's like you get in a relationship and you realize it's not a good relationship. You know what you do? You get out of it. These Trump supporters seem to think that just because people voted for Donald Trump, for whatever the reasons are, and we can get into that gives Donald Trump, with his Epstein cursed self, 4 years of unchecked power. How many people out there think just because a person wins the presidency that means they get 4 years to do anything they want to do? Does anyone think that besides MAGA? Because I got to debunk that lie. Anyone think that just because you vote for somebody that they get 4 years to just do whatever they want? No. Thank you. W to the chat. Now, so where's that knucklehead? Where's that knuckle dragger? What was his name that came in here and was talking about the poll numbers? I'm going to start today's show off. Obviously, we're not going to let go of the E-files, but it's Friday. We got to go ahead and put things in perspective. Where's that knuckle dragger that came up in here? Johnny, his name was Johnny. Johnny, are you still here? I want you to listen to this information out here about these poll numbers, these so-called poll numbers, Johnny, because when people get out here and they start clapping and cheering, I love to say, why are you so happy? Why are you so happy? All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and start here, ladies and gentlemen, with some updates about Donald Trump's poll numbers.
Says things are great. What do the voters say?
No. I think is the answer. 6 months in, the rules of political gravity absolutely apply to Donald Trump, and the USS Donald Trump is taking on a lot of water. What are we talking about? Trump's net approval rating. Look, he started off back in January +6 points on the net approval rating, -3 in March, -7 in May, and now he's at a term too low at -11 points. His net approval rating has dropped nearly 20 points in the aggregate since the beginning of his presidency. The American people do not like what they're seeing, and Donald Trump's administration is in a ton of trouble at this point in the minds of the American voters.
Well, on what issues do the American voters seem to disapprove of him?
They disapprove of him on all of the issues. He's underwater on all the major issues of the day. Trump's net approval rating on all the major issues, -5 points on immigration, his best issue. He's underwater. How about the economy? That was what he was elected for. -14 points. How about foreign policy? -14 points. How about trade and those tariff wars? -15 points. And of course, the Epstein case, the lowest of the bunch, -37 points. 37 points below water. My goodness gracious. On every single issue, Donald Trump is below water on all the major ones. They're all dragging him down. No matter, it seems, what Donald Trump does, the American people do not like it. And that is why at this particular point, he's at a term too low.
It's interesting because this is the issue that may be on the top of many people's minds as members of Congress head home for this extended summer recess.
And it's his worst one.
I'm not sure that House members will be excited to see that number as they leave Washington today. So where does his overall approval rating stand compared to other presidents?
Okay, I do have one piece of good news for Donald Trump, and that there is one other presidency that has a lower net approval rating at this point than this one. The bad news is that it was Donald Trump's other presidency, his first presidency, net approval rating 6 months in. The worst was in 2017. Donald Trump was 16 points underwater. The second worst, however, is this Donald Trump presidency, 11 points underwater. The average president at this point since 1953 has a +27 net approval rating. John, do some quick math with me. It seems to me that Donald Trump is about 40 points lower than the average president at this particular point. He has the second worst net approval rating at this point. He is underwater on all the major issues of the day. The bottom line is 6 months into this administration, I think that most Americans would apply the word or words disaster, terrible, awful, horrible. I think that is the way that the American people would see it at this particular point. He is so far below underwater compared to the average president. The only one he beats out is him in term number one. I don't think that's exactly the metric he wants to be applying to himself.
W Zeus. W Zeus. W to the Democrats and the real independents. And I'm going to let this sit up there. I don't want to see a Trump supporter on this app trying to have a debate on any of these topics. because we already know the answers, MAGA. We already know the answers. You could try to make it and look like, oh, ICE is doing a great job. No, they're not. Look at his numbers. The economy. You could try to lie and tell me gas is $1.96. No, I don't care. You could tell me about trade deals. I don't care. Look at the poll numbers. Yeah, look at foreign policy. I mean, he is a disaster. We have a master of disaster in the White House. So I'm going to let those numbers sink in just a quick second, and then we're gonna move on. Is Johnny still here, or did I ruin Johnny's morning today? Johnny, are you still here? I saw someone in there say that's a CNN poll. Yeah, CNN is credible. I've been in several MAGA lives, and they say, oh, we don't use CNN. What do you use? This and that and this. And then next thing you know, they hit me with something. Here you go, Zeus, right from CNN, your favorite website, and they use CNN to try to prove that I'm wrong about things. So no, CNN is good for, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. W Zeus. Now, I got some more poll numbers for you, Johnny. I got some more poll numbers. Harry Enton, he was at it this morning. Okay, and what we'll do this morning, what we'll do is this, Mag, what we'll do is this. Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is the one I wanted to get out here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a update with independence. All right, you see that's about the independence. Listen. So what we talked about were his poll numbers overall. Now we're talking about his poll numbers with independence, all right?
Independence, Mr. Berman, I will say this is the biggest warning sign, the biggest danger sign for President Trump in his second term so far. Why is that? Because it does not appear that there is a bottom to which Donald's support can't fall to. What are we talking about? Trump's net approval rating with independents. There was all this hubbub about Gallup that came out this past week. You see, back in January, it was minus 2 points. Now it's minus 35 points. But what's important here is Gallup is largely matching the average. Back in January, in the average, Trump's net approval rating with independents was minus 3. Look at where it's fallen to now, minus 29 points. That is a drop of over 25 points with the key part of the electorate. If you're not winning among independents, you're probably not winning overall. And when your net approval rating is minus 29 points, you are definitely not winning overall when you're that low with independents.
The size of the drop, it's staggering.
It's huge.
Okay, so how does this compare historically?
Yeah, we were talking about Trump's overall approval rating. That was the second worst overall. But we look among independents, it is the worst on record at this point. My goodness gracious. Worst net approval ratings ever 6 months in among independents. Last time around, Trump broke the all-time record at minus 23 points. He is even lower than that now. At minus 29 points, he has broken his own record for the worst on record. As I said at the beginning, there appears to be no fall, and Trump is certainly falling through that floor.
So during the Biden administration...
Wow. W Zeus. So MAGA, is Johnny still here? Is Johnny still here? Because see, Johnny, I know I just cooked you and you thought you walked into something and you didn't cook anything. All right, so what I'm going to do is this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do our first round of the Lake of Fire. This is for all the Trump supporters out there that keep going around TikTok and on the internet and acting like Donald Trump has a mandate and that he's winning. No, you're not. The poll numbers are very, very clear. You're not winning. You're losing. So do us all a huge, huge favor and go straight. Go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
W Zeus. See, Johnny, here's the thing. I knew you before you even came in here. I knew you were possessed with the demon. And Johnny, maybe you don't know this, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a secret. This is what Donald Trump says about you behind your back.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Johnny walked right into that. Walked right into it, all right? Now, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen, because we got a lot of things that we need to cover, all right? Obviously, we have a country to save. The next thing I want to talk about is, obviously, the picture in the background. Donald Trump got caught lying in front of the world. Yeah. Two things I caught him. I mean, obviously, anytime Donald Trump talks, anytime Donald Trump opens his mouth, he's lying. Everybody knows this. But he lied yesterday about Japan giving us $550 billion, all right? Because this is stuff MAGA is going to go around here and say, oh, we got $550 billion, just like they're lying about so-called trade deals negotiated, with the Philippines and Indonesia. They haven't signed those deals, and MAGA knows this, but they have nothing because they understand what's going on. They're losing, so they just make it up as they go. And so let's watch Jerome Powell, or let's listen to how Jerome Powell totally just emasculates whatever's left of Donald Trump's presidency yesterday. This is not good for you Trump supporters. It really isn't.
It's about 3.1 billion, went up a little.
And what he's doing, I forgot to lay set the stage. He's going into, where they're doing the renovations at, all right, and he's trying to convince people that Jerome Powell is fiscally irresponsible. And one of the best ways you could do that is just to simply say, look at this budget he gave me. And it's totally way off of the projections, right? And so Jerome Powell knows this is coming. Brought his glasses, and he knew Donald Trump was going to try this. But Donald Trump actually tried something clever, which is, reaching into his pocket and pulling out a letter or whatever and showing him, this is where I'm getting it from, to try to make himself look credible. And Jerome Powell just totally destroyed him.
Or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
It just came out.
I'm going to set it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us.
Yes. I don't know who does that.
Are you including the Martin renovation? You just added.
Entire capital.
You just added in that third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Wow.
But it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago.
Oh.
We finished Martin 5 years ago.
Oh,
So it's part of the overall work.
It's not new.
it's not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them, but we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use. But no, we don't expect to be finished in 2027. We're well along, as you can see.
Nice to take these off every once in a while when we're not under too much danger. So, any questions?
Mr. President, does the issue give you any?
As a real estate developer, what would you do if the project manager would be over budget?
Generally speaking, what would I do? I'd fire him.
Do you think Mr. President gives you cause to do that?
Well, I'm here just really with the chairman. He's showing us around, showing us the work. And so I don't want to get that. I don't want to be personal. I just,
he doesn't
would
want
like
to be
to see it get
personal.
finished. And in many ways, it's too bad it started. But it did start. And it's been under construction for a long time. It's going to be a real long time. Because it looks like it's got a long way to go.
Yes, sir.
So,
Mr. President, are there things the chairman can say to you today that would make you back off some of the earlier criticism?
well, I'd love him to lower interest rates. Other than that, what can I tell you? The country's doing really well. I just briefed the chairman on the deal we made with Japan. Japan is putting up $550 billion in order to lower their tariffs a little bit. They have a little bit lower tariff.
Wow.
And they also opened their country to free trade, which nobody thought was even a possibility. And we get a zero tariff in the free trade. We don't pay tariffs, and they're going to pay 15% on everything they send into our country. So it's great. But they put up, as you could call it, seed money. Let's call it seed money. You can call it anything you want, but it's It's a total of $550 billion. So nobody thought any of that was possible, and it's wonderful. And we're doing pretty well with the European Union, likewise. And we have some others. They're all really big, and our country's going to make a lot of money. We would be helped if interest rates would come down, but we're going to see how the board rules on that soon. I'd love to see them come down a lot. But we have a country that's thriving. We had a dead country 1 year ago. Today we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. And we'll get this one finished.
Mr. President,
Thank you.
Okay, and so then he walks away from the cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just a sign that we have we actually do. We have the most incompetent person running the country I've ever seen. And we just went over the poll numbers. We know the economy isn't doing that great, but he gets out here and tries to actually lie his way out of this. The American people aren't as crazy or as simple-minded as MAGA. And so what we'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to warm up the lake of fire. Once again, are there any Trump supporters out there, real quickly? Any Trump supporters out there that actually think the economy is doing great? I want to just see because I have a rule now. If the economy is doing great, I say go ahead and send us a screenshot of your bank account. All right, go ahead, get a screenshot of your bank account and come right on up here and show us what's going on over there. All right, and I want to see a screenshot when Biden was in office and now what it is now. Any Trump supporters brave enough to come up here and want to do that? I've asked Tiny Tank Top Tom Turkey Neck to do it, and he won't do it. He won't do it. But any Trump supporters out there want to come up here and brag and show us all how great you are doing financially? Because if you could, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm looking in the chat. Nope. Why are you obsessed with people's private info? That's Tiny Tank Top Tom. No, it's not that I'm obsessed with it. I'm just tired of the lies. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of all of you running around here saying this is what I voted for and acting like you're eating when you're really not eating. You're starving. I see you out here. You barely can. Your ribs are touching. You know what I'm saying? Your back pocket where you carry your wallet. The pockets are touching. And you're going to get up here and try to act like you got a bag on you when you don't. I'm tired of the lies. So I need to see evidence that you're truly thriving. Now, a lot of us were thriving under Biden. That was actually a saying. But you're not in the golden age, right? You still don't want to admit that there has been See, they go, oh, well, we got these tax cuts. Because I was in an argument with the Trump supporter yesterday. Oh, look at the big, beautiful bill. We got all these tax cuts. Well, first of all, you didn't get any tax cuts like the people who are super wealthy got tax cuts, number one. But then number two, the former Vice President Mike Pence, he said it the best. He says, these tariffs are the largest peacetime tax hike in American history. So you are getting taxed even though your dear leader is telling you you've been getting tax cuts. This is why I say you're not really paying attention. And so what I'll do is this. I'm going to go ahead and warm up the lake of fire because what we now know is there's no issue that Donald Trump ran on that he's actually doing great in. And yet and still, folks like Tiny Tank Top Tom Turkey Neck, they'll still come onto my show and say, we're doing great. No, you are not. You're a liar. And do me a favor. Go straight to hell.
Silence! You matter daily!
W is this? What are we going to... Oh, yeah. I forgot. All right. I forgot something. Okay, because I know we only got a limited amount of time to cover so many of the different things that are going on. I understand FEMA right now is doing a number. They're not doing their job to help everyday Americans. We have a country that's a complete mess, total disaster. We are heading towards a 1929 style depression, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I did see South Park. South Park did an amazing job cooking Donald Trump. MAGA, I want you to understand when this is all said and done, you will pay the ultimate price, all right? But before I move on and then, I start engaging with those of you out there, what are we talking about next?
Sure. But I just interrupt. Sure. Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Oh, it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, when you get an opportunity, when people who voted for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is trying to say that this is something the Democrats have been, using. And I'll say this. It's like Johnny this morning. Johnny came in here and he was talking to me about poll numbers, right? And he thought he had me. But then I took what Johnny was talking about and I showed him the real poll numbers. And Johnny's no longer. Right? You know what that means when someone's no longer. Johnny's no longer. Because he saw the truth and he hid just like roaches do when they see the light. And so what I also like to do, because we've heard from Nick Fuentes, these are people that aren't Trump supporters, but they're out here and they're actually saying things that are true. And this is the best way. This is one of the best defenses that I've came up with, because after these people do a number to the MAGA demon, then I could easily just come in and do the rest. All right. So what we're going to do is listen to Mr. Schultz, David Schultz. And what did he do? He's voted for Donald Trump. He's a comedian. And what he's pointing out is why Donald Trump is completely guilty, totally guilty when it comes to these e-files. And you saw in his poll numbers, 38% of Americans, they don't think Donald Trump is handling the e-files correctly. And this is proof of that. So MAGA, please, just listen to one of your allies out there explaining to you why you probably should try to get out of the cult.
Trump is like, hey, the base thinks vaccines are fucked up. RFK, get in there.
January
Research
6th,
the vaccine.
they want him out.
They want him out. We're putting him out. And this, he is rebuking the base. Like, almost like spitting in their face. Like, they're asking for it. He campaigned on it. He puts Bongino and Cash in there, which might be the stupidest thing in the history of the world. Like, why would you put the two guys that have nonstop pounded the pavement talking about how we're going to expose this Epstein thing, and the second they get in there, like, you better shut the fuck up.
To shut him up.
Go on Rogan, lie. Like, it is a very peculiar thing. It worked in that I think it moved any of the smoke off of Trump, because, at least for me, I was like, there's no way that he's involved if he's putting Bongino and Cash in who have campaigned on exposing it.
How many of you Trump supporters thought that when he put Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, and Cash Patel into the DOJ, that he was going to expose the deep state and take it down? How many of you all thought he was going to do that? Go ahead, raise your hand. I won't laugh. Go ahead, just put a 1 in the chat if you thought Donald Trump with these cabinet picks was going to go ahead and do. I'm looking in the chat. We got 1.2 thousand people in here, and not one. Oh, Ninja, you did, Ninja? Oscar? Oh, okay. No, seriously. How many of you thought, oh, Christina, you're laughing too, because Christina did think that. And Christina, and I don't want to call you conservative, Christina, right? I'm trying to be a little more, give you a little more dignity about yourself. Just drop the conservative bit, all right? You don't need that. There's not one Trump supporter here, ladies and gentlemen, that is honest. I don't have any honest Trump supporters. I'm asking you seriously. If we could do a poll, perhaps. Maybe a poll because you want it to be anonymous. How many of you Trump supporters honestly thought when Donald Trump selected Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi that he was doing that to get rid of the deep state? Any of you? He was going to give you the E-files. You see, I know how to silence that MAGA demon. W. Zeus. I know how to silence that demon. I know how to silence that demon. Now look at him, radio silent. Okay, but let's go ahead and finish unpacking this, all right? Because God's judgment awaits.
He's involved if he's putting Bongino and Cash in who have campaigned on exposing it. Like, why would you hire those guys or appoint those guys?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, he can't be. But the fact that he will not touch this, and then this last week, him doing the bullshit distractions.
Bro.
Dropping the MLK file. Like, who asked for the MLK file?
Yeah.
Who asked for MLK?
You know what's funny is I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, and I was initially like, the Epstein thing for me was just the last straw in terms of you not getting things done. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure there's some smoke, they'll release it. But the more they're doing to hide it, the more I'm like, oh, they're hiding something crazy.
Oh.
I didn't necessarily. I was like, there's probably something.
The second you started talking about Obama, I was like, oh, he's guilty. Also, like, why are you talking about Obama and Trump?
So the moment he started talking about Obama, these are independent. These are people who voted for Donald Trump saying this. He's guilty. He's guilty, Christina. And Christina, remember the lesson that I've been giving you all week? All right. And Nutty kind of helped me. You, at a certain point, conservative Christina, you have to have that conversation with your daddy. All right, daddy. And the question just started out like this: Daddy, why did you do this to me? All right. And you got to really look him in his eyes, because you know what he did to you. He lied to you. He manipulated you. He took advantage of you to get your vote. And he blamed the Democrats. He blamed other people. But when you looked under the bed because you were going, there's a boogeyman, there's a monster in my bedroom at night. You know how kids get scared and stuff like that. You thought the boogeyman was someone else, but then you lifted up the blanket and it was him. It was your dear leader. And he's been scaring you this whole time, conservative Christina. And you got to ask your daddy at a certain point why he did this to you if you want to actually get some sort of closure. Now, he might not be honest with you, but at least your daddy will understand that he won't be able to manipulate you as easily as he's been doing, all right? Because these are serious questions.
You got a guy who has sex with teenagers that you are protecting.
Ooh.
Also, some of the lies are so pedophiles.
Wow.
Trump is protecting other pedophiles.
So Trump is protecting P3DOs at a bare minimum. At a bare minimum, even if you want to go and say, oh, he's not in them, he didn't do anything, at a bare minimum, conservative Christina and those of like minds, at a bare minimum, he's protecting certified P3DOs. How you gonna go into heaven? How you gonna go to heaven? Because a lot of them think they're going to heaven after they pass away, because they call themselves Christians. How you gonna go to heaven and tell the good Lord, go ahead, let me on in there with all the other saints? Let me in there with all the other saints that did your will. Well, what did you do? Look at what I voted for Donald Trump. Oh, you voted for a certified P3DO? Yeah. Or someone that protects certified P3DOs? Yeah. Can I get in? And you know what's going to happen? You know what I'm going to need you to do, conservative Christina? I want you to go ahead and get on one knee. Get on both knees, actually. Say, Jesus is Lord. And then what? Can I come on in? And he's going to say, no, conservative Christina, no. The other part of this is, do us all a huge favor and go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
You see how I was able to get her at the pearly gates, right? And she connected, because she really does think she's going to the pearly gates. And she thought Donald Trump was going to get her in, but then she just found out in the worst way that Donald Trump isn't going to help her out, because guess where Donald Trump is? He's in hell with her. Like I said, you might want to drop that conservative part in front of your name, and not just her. Anybody out here who's still repping MAGA like it's a gang on TikTok, y'all might just want to drop that and be yourselves, because when this thing comes crashing down, and I've been talking about it for a long time, when this thing comes crashing down, there is going to be hell, and I do mean this, hell to pay. And it ain't just going to be the hell on TikTok. Even within your own families, you know how many people are going to have to sit down with their loved ones and say, I voted for this man. I did too. Egg all over your face. Just imagine. Go get, if you want it, Christina, go if you can afford them. Go into your refrigerator and just grab you an egg and just slam it all up in your face and rub it. Because that's exactly how you're going to look when this is all said and done. W. Zeus.
That is the breaking news of the night. 24 hours after we broke the news on this program last night that a book of birthday letters to Jeffrey Epstein on his 50th birthday is in the possession of the Epstein estate in Florida. Other news organizations have credited our reporting and been following up on it and adding significantly to that reporting tonight. The latest reporting is from the New York Times, and it includes the image of the first page of the birthday book. It is a handwritten letter from Jeffrey Epstein's convicted co-conspirator in sex trafficking, Ghislaine Maxwell, who assembled the book with the help of many of Jeffrey Epstein's rape victims, who Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell,
oh my God,
when they were in middle school and high school.
That's his signature, Christina.
We learned last night on this program from the lawyer representing those victims that they were told by Ghislaine Maxwell to help her actually assemble the birthday book.
To ex-NASA.
So you hear this, conservative Christina, and not just you, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, all of you, we're getting the information.
Is Ghislaine Maxwell's birthday note. The very first page of the birthday book was the birthday note from Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein. Here it is. It says, Jeffrey, the idea behind this book was simply to gather stories and old photographs to jog your memory about places and people and different events. Some of the letters will definitely achieve their intended goal. Some, well, you will have to read them to see for yourself. I know you will enjoy looking through the book, and I hope you will derive as much pleasure looking through it as I did putting it together for you. Happy, happy birthday, love, Ghislaine. Both the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are reporting tonight that Donald Trump's name appears on the list of contributors to the birthday book. The Journal reports that contributors to the birthday book, quote, were grouped under categories such as science, Brooklyn, and family. The Journal says that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton were listed on the Friends group, which also included Jeffrey Epstein's criminal defense lawyer, Alan Dershowitz. The New York Times is also reporting tonight on another handwritten note to Jeffrey Epstein by Donald Trump. It says, "To Jeff, you are the greatest," reads an inscription in a copy of Mr. Trump's book, Trump, The Art of the Comeback, that belonged to Mr. Epstein. And there it is. You see it signed Donald. It's dated October 1997, the month the book came out. That signature that you just saw will no doubt be compared by handwriting experts to the Donald signature, that one-word signature that reportedly appears in the description of the letter bearing Donald Trump's name in the Epstein birthday book, as was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Unlike the Wall Street Journal's report on the Trump letter, the Bill Clinton letter contains no sexual innuendo.
None.
The Journal describes the Clinton page this way: a single paragraph in Clinton's distinctive scrawl saying, "It's reassuring, isn't it, to have lasted as long across all the years of learning and knowing, adventures and illegible word, and also to have your childlike curiosity, the drive to make a difference, and the solace of friends." Bland stuff, nothing sexually suggestive in the Clinton birthday message to Jeffrey Epstein, something that could have been written by Clinton staff or Bill Clinton himself. The Wall Street Journal reports a spokesman for Clinton declined to comment on the birthday message, which was reviewed by the Journal. He referred to the Journal to a previous statement that the former president had cut off ties more than a decade before Epstein was arrested in 2019 and didn't know about Epstein's alleged crimes.
So that goes to your point, MAGA. Just because somebody was hanging out and maybe interacting with them doesn't necessarily equate to them being guilty at all. So yeah, I can see that angle a little clearer now. But what I can't understand is, why is Donald Trump writing these very, very disturbing letters to Jeffrey? I just don't get it, and I just can't understand why he's not releasing the files. I just don't understand. And speaking of things that I don't understand, I just can't understand this. Just Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney, David Oscar, they're saying this guy is also friends with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. So there's a connection, MAGA. Did you know this, MAGA? Did you know this? Basically, Trump's attorney is friends with Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney. And they're not releasing the files. And they went and they met. And what are you guys meeting about? And so we get a little bit of it. And listen to what they say they met and discussed.
We had a very...
This is Maxwell's attorney giving a little bit of a press conference.
Productive day today with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell. First, we want to thank the Deputy Attorney General for being so professional with all of us and for meeting with us. He took a full day and asked a lot of questions, and Ms. Maxwell answered every single question. She never stopped, she never invoked a privilege, she never declined to answer. She answered all the questions truthfully, honestly, and to the best of her ability. And that's all the comment we're going to have today about the meeting. We don't want to comment about the substance of the meeting for obvious reasons, and we'll go from there. So thank you all so much.
Wow. So does anyone find that suspicious, that Donald Trump's Department of Justice is going to go talk to somebody that's been convicted of some of the most heinous things and making her seem like, you know, she's on the up and up? And did you hear what they're doing on Newsmax? Did you hear what they're doing on Newsmax, MAGA? This is so easy to figure out. All right, did you hear what they're doing on Newsmax? They literally, the host on Newsmax yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, literally referred to her, Ghislaine Maxwell, as possibly a victim. Listen to this. You can't make this stuff up. Listen to this. They're already setting the stage, MAGA, All right, for you to start feeling sorry for her. And again, this is why I say this is going to be the greatest, this is going to be the nastiest and most humiliating thing you Trump supporters have ever gone through.
Let's find out, what is this all about? And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee. I think this is great. I do have a feeling that she just might be a victim. She just might be. There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while. All right, granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good, but she's in jail for how long now? 20 years. A 20-year sentence.
So they're already trying to make her seem like a victim. And they're doing all of this. Yeah, Angus, they're doing all of this for this guy right here, your dear leader. So don't ask us why Joe Biden didn't release the files and the Democrats, because as far as I'm concerned, I truly do believe that the reason Joe Biden was going after Trump so hard, especially with those classified documents, because we don't know what was in those classified documents. But now, if I could, and again, some people might get mad at me because I don't like to promote misinformation or disinformation, so I'll just go ahead and say it. This is going to be on the controversial side quite a bit, but you got to start wondering, what was January 6th really about? What was he really taking to Mar-a-Lago with those classified documents? You got to start seeing that January 6th was just a distraction for him to take the classified documents. And what did he have in those documents? Because they say, didn't Joe Biden have the files? Well, Joe Biden didn't have those boxes. We can all agree, right? Joe Biden didn't have those classified documents. So what was in there? What was in there, MAGA? That would make what would make a man cause an insurrection and steal documents? Because you know he told his FBI at the time, give me those documents that you got, because that's going to be really terrible if it gets out. Give me those and give me that too. We'll mask it all up in one, and we're going to put it in a bunch of these boxes. I don't care. Just give it to me. I'll take it in. I'll shove it in a closet somewhere. I'll shove it in the bathroom at my house. But please don't let that. That's my. What was in those documents? I'm starting to think a lot of you Trump supporters who threw your lives away for Donald Trump on January 6th, y'all did it because he was hiding the fact that he was this close to Jeffrey E. And look at where we're at now. Yeah, Joe Biden didn't have those classified documents. And I truly do believe that in those classified documents, there may have been information about this case. That's just me, though. I don't have any proof to back that up. But you could take that with a grain of salt because it all starts to make sense. Yeah, this is somebody that's going through every extreme that he's humanly capable of to make sure this does not get out. MAGA. And we'll wrap it up by saying this. I know a crime scene when I see it. I do. Listen to Representative Ted Lieu describe what's happening in Congress right now.
Republican, not here. Look at this office. Republican, not here. Hello, I'm Congressman Ted Lieu. I'm wondering, where is everyone? This is Thursday. We're supposed to be voting on the House floor. We have lots of issues to work on. Republicans sent us home early because they don't want to vote on releasing the Epstein files. And look at this completely empty hallway. Usually there's lots of people bustling in these hallways and we don't see anybody. So, for example, look at this office. Republican, not here. Look at this office. Republican, not here. Why is that? Because Attorney General Pam Bondi in February of this year told American people on national TV the Epstein files are, quote, sitting on my desk right now.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now.
Another office, completely closed. We should be called back to vote on Epstein files right now.
W, Ted Lieu. W to the Democrats. Now, so ladies and gentlemen, that's the state of affairs to a certain degree of where we're at right now in America. Obviously, Trump supporters, they know they've been duped, but they don't have anywhere to go. It's either go off the cliff or face judgment. And so what we'll do is get them right to the judgment part, because then after the judgment, it's the cliff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give these Trump supporters one last round of booze and shame, because they know the jig is up. And it's just a matter of time before they're totally eradicated. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. 3, 2, 1. Hey, MAGA, do us all a huge favor and go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W Zeus. You know, the good book, because they like to talk about their poll numbers and the Democrats polling is low. MAGA, do me a favor, go look this up in the Bible somewhere. I know there's somewhere out there. You know, the road to hell is paved with, you know, it's broad. The road wide. It's a wide road. Lots of folks is on that road on their way to hell. It's the narrow road that gets you into heaven. So MAGA, while you're sitting there saying our poll numbers are low, I want you to understand they're low for a reason, because unlike you, we haven't sold our souls to the devil. W. Zeus. All right, let's go to the audience. Now, did you all just watch me totally obliterate MAGA this morning? Have I obliterated MAGA this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Have I obliterated MAGA this morning? I want to check in with the chat. Have I obliterated these guys? Let me see. Have I? I'm just yes. Y'all think I did? Yeah, because okay, good. Because I don't want to end up entertaining them, to be quite honest. But I'll start my show off every single way. Look at all W to the chat. That's how you do a Trump supporter. You just overwhelm them with so much information that they'll just feel ashamed to even try to get up here and try to speak on anything. Because the moment they try to bring up the border, they want to bring up immigration. I'm going to go back to that one slide and say, look at your poll numbers. Look at your poll numbers. Stop it. Just stop it. No one is buying it. So MAGA now has to listen to the Democrats, because we are the truth. All right, put a 1 in the chat. We're going to come up here, all right, and try to defend Donald Trump. Anyone want to defend Donald Trump, put a 1 in the chat, all right? And what I'll do is, because, you know, they come back and they say, Zeus, I just want to only hear you. I don't want all the other folks to come up there and talk. And I say, no, I'm not going to change the format of the show, because this is what it's called, engagement, all right? And so if you want to talk to me, you get your one chance to do it. But then after that, we're going to let other folks have a voice as well, because this is what it's going to take to save this great country of ours. MAGA, stop looking for excuses. Stop making excuses. If you truly believe in something, you have to be able to demonstrate it. That if you're talking to the Showtime host, the host, right? If you're talking to this person, Shay, you know, you're going to have to be able to prove that you truly, truly believe what you're saying is true. W. Zeus. If you believe what you really believe, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get past me. You're going to have to get past them. You're going to get past every single person with that same narrative. And if you can successfully do that, then I'm going to say, you know what, this person really does believe in what they're believing in. But 9 times out of 10, most of you don't. You get stuck in your first lie. All right. Democrats have 4-point edge on the House generic ballot. Okay. All right. So put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here. Go ahead. MAGA, nothing's wrong with admitting you made a bad mistake. Oh, W. Dwayne. Has anyone seen Mary? Has anyone seen Mary? Because Mary was on my show yesterday. You know, she comes in here, Dwayne Grinder. That MAGA demon puts so many weird thoughts into their heads. All right, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Do we have... hold on. Oh, they said I've been inactive. Hold on, I'm not inactive. I'm active. Only mistake is you, Zeus. Miles, I don't even know what that means, but here's the thing, Miles. When this is all said and done, champ, you're in a lot of trouble. Go ahead, Miles. Send your friends over here real quick. All right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, all right? Yeah, put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. All right? So much evidence and no arrest. Why, Zeus? Are you talking about Barack Obama, Angus? Are you talking about Obama? All right. Because guess what? There is no evidence that Obama committed crimes. And then you forgot the fact that Obama gets presidential immunity. Have you ever heard of it? Presidential immunity? Hey, Angus, what Democrats have been arrested this week? Angus, what Democrats have been arrested this week? Remember at the top of the week, your dear leader was promising you all or giving you all the impression that he was going to indict and arrest Obama. You know, Tulsi Gabbard sent a criminal referral over there to Pam Bondi. Where are the Democrats that you all believe were going to get arrested? Yeah, Obama is squeaky clean. W's. Hey, good morning, Ari. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me go ahead and do it. Good morning, Takesha. Welcome. Good morning, Takesha. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. I'm gonna be honest. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, bravo to Jerome Powell
Mm.
for standing on national TV and not allowing Donald Trump to lie and make himself look good and making us know that the man has no common sense when it comes to numbers and buildings. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Scott up there looking like Pepe Le Pew.
Mm.
You ever seen Pepe Le Pew, Zeus, on the cartoon when
Yeah.
you grab the person and the heart's coming out from him? That's how Tim Scott looked like. He just wanted to Pepe Le Pew Donald Trump.
Mm.
You standing up there, I just want to know why.
Mm.
I'm here for the numbers.
Yeah.
Tim Scott, go sit down. Mindy must have told him if he didn't hurry up and get a spot on that administration, she was leaving.
Hey, hit him with it. For some reason, I can't go for it. I can't see you, but y'all can see Takesha, right? Y'all can see her. I think they can hear you and see you.
You have absolutely no place in the administration, but you still running and lapping behind Donald Trump.
Mm.
This is embarrassing, Zeus.
Talk to him.
But I saw something last night. I saw an interview with Epstein.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. And they were asking this series, and they were asking him questions, and he was answering the questions. And they got to this one question, and they said, have you and Donald Trump ever socially engaged together with underage girls? And he said these words, do I have to answer that question right now?
Mm.
The man said no. He said, I plead the fifth. If that's not admitting that y'all did, I don't know.
He pled the fifth?
He pled the fifth.
I heard him plead that in the 6th and the 14th. He reached for every amendment. Yeah, right.
He pled the fifth on that particular question.
Mm.
My question to DJ and everybody else that still supports Donald Trump. Y'all said if y'all found out his name was on the list, that was the end of that. Now y'all around here fighting for your life to find out why he on the list. Y'all didn't say that. Y'all said if he was on the list, y'all were done. Y'all would never be done with Donald Trump. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump does. Y'all don't care because y'all are just that in love with Donald Trump. Y'all don't care about the people that were harmed. Y'all don't care about how they did those children.
Mm.
I would be shocked if he did something to y'all children and y'all would care. That's just how y'all brains are gone.
Miles?
For this man.
Can I share this with you, Takesha? I just found this because you made me think of something.
So there are 5 people taking the Fifth Amendment, like you see on the mob, right? You see the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment? Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. Horrible. Horrible. When you have your staff taking the Fifth Amendment, taking the Fifth, so they're not prosecuted. When you have the man that set up the illegal server taking the Fifth, I think it's disgraceful.
What do you think about that?
I think that he's guilty. And I think Epstein made us know he's guilty when he pled the fifth on that question.
Mm.
I think they were closer than 2 pals ever could be.
Mm.
I think Donald Trump is a liar. And I think that everything Donald Trump does is going to come out, Zeus. And it's going to be some horrible stuff. And guess what? MAGA's still going to be supporting him. Because at the end of the day, Zeus, they don't care. Wow. They don't care, Zeus. He up there talking about the U.S. is the hottest country. Yeah, because you don't believe in global warming.
Yeah.
Of course it's the hottest country. And then to sit up and say, yeah, what's Japan going to pay 15% tariff?
And $550 billion.
Yeah, which is what we're going to be paying because we pay the tariffs. But the U.S. have no tariffs. So you mean to tell me we going to get an extra tax, but them people ain't? You think that sound good to the people that got common sense?
No, it don't. Not to me. Not to me.
They not paying any attention to what this man is saying. They just looking at him with love in their eyes and thinking he got it going on. It's embarrassing, Zeus.
It is. It is. Do you think that deep down in these people's hearts that they know they wrong? Because this is what's blowing my mind. There's so much information. There's so much evidence. These people, they have smartphones. There's no excuse for them to be this ignorant.
Zeus, let me say this. They know what he did. They don't want to admit what he's done because then they know that they voted for somebody who has done some real nasty stuff. They know the truth, Zeus. But sometimes you can know the truth and don't want the truth. The Bible said that in these days people gonna make right wrong and wrong right.
Yeah.
So nothing that MAGA does surprises me. The
Right.
fact that them folks got on their news that said that lady was a victim. Who when it got the girls participated with Epstein. Now all of a sudden she a victim. They'll do anything
Yeah.
to make Donald Trump look good.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything to do. They'll do anything. Angus in the chat right now. You'll do anything to make conservative Christina. You'll do anything to make Donald Trump look good, won't you?
Anything, Zeus. When I listen,
Throw away a relationship.
Right now, the Catholic Church is trying to fight a law that Washington State put in that the priests have to report child abuse
Yeah.
in confession. And Donald Trump and them administration and got on the side with the Catholics trying to block that from them having to report. Now, Zeus, how that look?
Guilty.
But they supposed to be the party that protects children. First of all, a priest should not need a law to tell him to report something that's not right being done to a child.
Thank you.
Why does a law have to make you report abuse of a child?
Yeah.
And you supposed to love children and God.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, Zeus.
These people got wickedness in their heart, their
These are
hands.
some sick people, Zeus. They need healing.
Yeah.
They need a spiritual hospital.
Thank
they
you.
need it all.
Thank you, Takesha. Tell them the truth. Somebody out there needs to be saved, and I know they're hearing what you're saying, Takesha, and they go, I didn't make a terrible decision. I'm a terrible mistake, and I need to get out of this dark spot that I'm in. You better listen to what Takesha is saying.
Zeus,
Talk to them, because somebody's listening.
Zeus, they got reprobated minds.
Yeah.
But you know what goes on in the dark eventually comes to the light.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the sun ain't shining bright for nothing, Zeus. Everything that this man has done is going to be exposed.
Yep.
I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna wait on it.
Oh my goodness! You're gonna when it all comes crashing down. I'm gonna be honest.
Sit on the porch,
are you gonna be able to forgive me? Are you going
with my country time lemonade? Still on here saying
Yeah.
Cash App's in the bio.
Thank you.
These
All right.
people owe me, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm struggling. I'll be honest with you, trying to save room for forgiveness. Because I know we're supposed to be big on forgiveness, and
But you know what,
and-
Zeus?
Yeah.
We don't have to forget. They need to go to the Lord for forgiveness.
There you go.
Because he the only one that can send them to heaven or hell. We don't even have the authority to do so, Zeus.
Thank
but
you.
what they are doing and what they are supporting and what they trying to cover up, Zeus, I think is sickening and it's disgusting, Zeus.
Yeah.
But you know what? People don't see wrong until it hit their door.
Yeah.
And I pray that now one of them have to deal with what their children have to deal with what those kids went through.
Yeah. I pray that they don't, but I'm also warning them. If they don't close this door on the cult, they are inviting evil in, right? Because
You can always invite dark spirits into your life by the company you keep.
Because the way I see it is this: what you're doing is you're showing the people around you that you're okay with folks disrespecting you.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, Miles.
Yeah.
Christina, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Angus, that's what y'all are doing on the back end. You don't know, people are looking and they go, if you're okay with Trump doing that to you, then you're going to be okay if I do this. It's not as bad as what Trump does. That's how people work.
Yeah. It's sad though.
Yeah,
It
really is. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on up here. All right, we're going to keep on cooking and doing the Lord's work as much as we can. All right, you good? Everything else fine?
Oh no, wait a minute, Zeus.
Oh.
Let me tell y'all one thing.
Go ahead.
Now, I made a video the other day and I told y'all by Saturday I need 191. Now look, the Cash App is in the bio. Y'all need to get the
Okay. She hit the Cash App. All right, you know we got. Tell them, Takesha. Okay.
Now enough is enough.
Hey, hit them with it. Thank you.
All right, dude.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day, Kingdom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Takesha a huge round of applause. Once again, hit the Cash App. No lies detected. Oh my goodness. All right. So as you can see, we're still delivering the unadulterated truth. Okay, look at that. Oh, we got 200,000 likes. W to the chat. All right. Where are the so-called Trump supporters at this Friday morning? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, we'll get you going over here. Just be willing to be honest and transparent. All right, because what we don't want to do is waste time this morning. All right, we want you to use those brain cells to the best of your ability and actually come to the light. That's all it takes right now, ladies and gentlemen. We got you dead to rights. You're not doing good on the economy. You're not doing good on immigration. You're not. What are they not doing good on else? They're not doing good on foreign policy. Somebody wrote what brain cells. Yeah, we want to see your bank accounts if you're really doing good in the economy. All right. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any ones in the chat? Any brave souls? I totally annihilated them. I knew it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at this. My good friend Jim. Welcome. They protect P3DOs. Yeah. Good morning, Jim. How are ya?
Good morning. I've been sick, so.
Oh, okay. Well, don't push yourself too far. Don't
That's
push.
okay.
Okay.
I just find it really interesting watching your comments in the morning.
Yeah, really.
As soon as you mentioned the Clinton, the birthday book, everybody was like, "Yeah, see, Clinton's in those files. Clinton's in those files." Did you know that Clinton actually told them a long time ago, please release the files?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Clinton, you can Google it yourself. But Clinton actually said, release the files. Because, again, let's talk about this idea that somehow every person who came in contact with Epstein was somehow involved is ludicrous, right? Not everybody. Correct. Not everybody is a pedo. Not everybody is harming children. There are literally legitimate people in business, in Congress, in the country that aren't harming people, who don't know your grossness behind closed doors.
Right.
So this is what's so fascinating to me is Clinton represents most politicians, right? We've seen it time and time again, the philandering husband, the cheater. Notice I don't have any hesitation saying that. Correct. Because the truth is the truth. Yeah. Clinton cheated on his wife multiple times. Gross, wrong, immoral, sure. Was it any of our business? No, that was between him and Hillary. Hillary decided to stay with her man. You know, that whole stand by your man bullshit. Yeah. And then they attacked Hillary for it. Oh. Let that sink in. Hillary Clinton got attacked for standing by her man.
Wow.
So then you have Trump come into office, and he's had multiple wives. Clinton still has one wife. She stood by him, even with his affairs, even with his adultery. She stood by her man, and they still went after the woman, not the philanderer. Wow. But now in your comment section, they're talking about Clinton, but they forget that the man in the picture behind you has multiple wives, 5 kids by 3 different wives, literally cheating on every single wife, including the current one that he was set up by who? Epstein. He met her at a party.
What?
So please, let's be very clear. When you're going to point the finger somewhere else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. So for every one of you, I want this very clear. Wow. If Clinton, if the Pope himself were in those files, let it be known. Every single perpetrator needs to be taken down. Every person who harmed a child, regardless of party, needs to be on that list, needs to be taken down. See how easy it is for those of us who understand that a criminal is a criminal, a predator is a predator.
Facts.
It doesn't matter what political party you're affiliated with. And that's the sickness of the MAGA movement, is they will protect a predator and then claim to be pro-life, claim to be pro-child, claim to be pro-woman, while they protect the very man that has multiple times been proven to be a predator through his own mouth. Preying on his own daughters, lusting after them in interviews, talking about his daughters as if they're meat and nothing more, talking on camera, being caught on camera. Why is it that Billy Bush lost everything but Trump didn't? Did that ever sink into anybody's head that there's always a fall guy for Trump?
Oh.
And the truth of the matter is, and I'm going to say this loud and proud, if anyone out there has any information, whether it is a victim, whether it is a former Congress member, whether it is a former business partner, whether it is a child of Trump himself, if you know that he is a predator and you have the goods, or any other member of Congress, or any other rich old white male, if you know that they are guilty of crimes committed against children or women, you should be the hero of the story. This is your moment to come forward and take this corrupt, horrible human out of the chances of ever having any power ever again. And any religious person out there supporting this party, you too are gonna rot in hell for crimes committed against these children and these women, because you hid all of it. And as far as the Catholic Church goes, that ship sailed a long time ago.
Wow.
They protected predators. They moved them around from church to church so they could continue to pray. And so did the Baptist Church. Wow. So please do not try to bring religion into this. If you support men harming children, you are just as guilty. So is Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell is no victim. She is a female predator who was serving children on a platter to grown men. Wow. She deserves to be where she is and to never have any sympathy by any person on this planet.
Wow, W, Jim! You know, it goes to that point. Aren't these the same people who are talking about they're trying to protect children, you know, keeping men out of women's sports? How do you make this make sense to those group, if you can, Jim? Because you have a good way of just delivering stuff like this to these folks.
None of it makes sense. The truth of the matter is every day that I wake up and I think about the people who support Trump, the one thing that always crosses my mind is this idea that somehow money equates to success or money equates to being powerful. No, money equates to harming other people to keep said success. And until we get right in our minds what money represents, money can be used for positive things. But here's the thing. Yesterday, when it came out about the GoFundMe page for, like, you could go donate to help with the deficit, the first thing that popped into my mind for any person even considering this, we already have a GoFundMe. It's called federal taxes. We pay the taxes in this country to literally fund the country. And it is these rich people who are stealing our tax dollars and then turning around and making these MAGA people believe. Now here's ready, get ready.
I'm ready.
Let me just say this, because it's just driving me crazy. They make them believe that by defunding food programs, by defunding Medicaid, by defunding infrastructure, by defunding clean air, clean water, clean land, that taking away all that money, yet you're not getting a tax break, where's the money going? Where's that money going? All those federal employees that got fired, all the people that are being harmed, all the food we just set on fire and incinerated. Where's the money going? I'm going to tell you where it's going. It's going into the top 1%'s pocket to do what they want. And when they have people like you, MAGA, who believe that somehow taking away from the American workers, taking away from the American children, American elderly, that you somehow are going to gain, let me be very clear. You literally contributed to the wealth of the top 1% and then let your grandmother die of not having diabetes medication. Wow. Let your children go hungry at night. You have no program for them to get a broken bone set correctly because you took away the Medicaid from Johnny and Susie and Sally and all those little kids in the Appalachian Mountains. They're never going to have any college. They're not going to have any lunch money. They're not going to have anything because you bought into that I have to give the rich more money in order to have them give me something.
Wow.
No, better yet, listen to me now. Your federal tax dollars are the GoFundMe of this freaking corrupt government right now, and you bought into it. Every ounce of it. Wow. You bought into it literally with any monies you spend on sales tax, property tax, registration taxes, anything, gas taxes, all of those taxes. That's us, the American people. Oh, let me think one more. Oh, tariffs.
Oh,
tariffs. What is a tariff, everybody? It's a tax. It's not a tax on a corporation. It's not a tax on another country.
No.
It's a tax on you, the purchaser, the American person who needs that wrench, who needs that fence,
yeah,
who needs that car. You, the American person, you are paying those taxes on those for every rich person to get even richer. And oh, by the way, the $550 billion he claimed that came from Japan, they just gave to him. No, that's called investment.
Oh.
Japan, an ally, by the way, let me make that clear, an ally who is already in business with the United States is investing in business with the United States. Nobody gave Trump $550 billion in cash. Wake up.
Jim. He said it was a signing bonus. Okay, he said it was a signing bonus and that, you know, he was going to do something with it. I don't know, but wow, I like how you just highlighted that he's been ripping off his supporters every chance that he can get, and they still keep falling for it. It's a sad situation, to be honest with you.
And as far as others, let's just be very clear. We've seen this game show before, right?
Yeah.
Every other person is the problem. Every other group is a problem. If you are a black person, you're a problem for this country. If you are a poor person, you're a problem for this country. If you're a migrant, you're a problem for this country. If you're a woman, you're a problem for this country. If you're LGBTQIA, you're a problem for this country, because when I can make you believe absurdities, I can make you commit atrocities. That is Voltaire.
Wow.
For all of you who have never read Voltaire, go read it. If I can make you believe it is the other person, then I can make you harm that other person. Harm them physically, emotionally, financially, and mentally. It is the domestic violence of control wheel that harms people in your life and makes you vote against the betterment of society. You who voted for this party voted to harm your own country, and he is in bed with all of the highest bidders.
Wow. 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 Jim. Wow. I mean, we got to give her another round of applause. No lies detected. No lies detected. Look at all the people. They love what you said. You cooked. You booked. No lies detected. All right. Well, listen, Jim, thank you so much. All right. You know, I appreciate those wise words, especially because it's needed. You're right on. You're spot on.
Before I drop, I'm gonna drop because I'm losing my voice anyway. I just want to tell you guys, if you really want to make a difference, start donating to places that are going to help the children. Planned Parenthood. Hunger, places that protect hunger. The people of Gaza are literally being starved out by the United States government and by Israel. You don't have to believe me. Just do the research. If you are sitting idly by and watching the people in Sudan, the people in Gaza being harmed and not being fed, The basis of life is to have security and to have safety and food and water. And these children are starving. They literally are calling them walking corpses. If you are okay with your government supporting this annihilation of an entire group of people, then you are part of the problem. Stop sitting idly by. Make donations for children. Make donations to Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
Make donations to food programs, food banks. Stop sitting idly by and doing nothing at all. You want to protect the children? Take your wallet out, give them a credit card, sign up for a monthly donation so that children can get the basics of food, the basics of medical care. That's who's going to save this world, as we collectively vote these people out, get everything back on track. But what you can do today is go to a local school and pay off lunch bills. You could go to St. Jude's and donate to medical care. You could donate to the UN. You could donate to any food banks in your area. But there are people in Gaza right now. UNICEF, that's what I was trying to remember. Donate to UNICEF. Find ways to help right here, right now, and show this government that that's the GoFundMe that we're going to do, is protect our children, our women, the hungry, and we're not going to let them hurt any more people. Vote them out in 2026. Get active in your communities. Start paying attention to reality and not the absurdities. I love you all. Good night.
All right. Love you too, ladies and gentlemen. W. Jim. Wow. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? No lies detected. And see, it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, when you have people giving up here. W. Jim. We want people to understand that just because the government is being nasty, evil, and wicked, it doesn't mean you have to be that as well. Now, Alter Ego, you said stop paying Zeus and help the kids. I support that. That was a good idea, Alter Ego, all right? But, you know, Alter Ego, I'll just say this. You should be the first one to do that and lead by example, all right? So take whatever you were sending me, Alter Ego, and donate it to a charity, and I want to see the receipts, all right? And I'll say this, you don't always, people, if you don't have money, you can volunteer as well. I think volunteering is an incredible way to give back, because time is money too. So, you know, if you can't do it with your money, because, you know, money is funny right now, because obviously these tariffs are ruining this great country of ours. It's a tax they've placed on us. You know, the price of ground beef is going up. You know, your utility bills, your internet, all this stuff is going up. So I understand if you don't have money, but you do got time, all right? So get off of TikTok. Get off of TikTok. And get your hands out here and start actually showing people you really are about helping and protecting the children, all right? Let's move. Someone said coffee went up $3. Wow. Do we have, tapping is sharing. Yeah, tap and share the screen, yeah. Do we have any other Trump supporters out there? Because, you know, I give them an opportunity to talk to me, because, you know, I go into these other lives, they're red spaces. They go, Zeus, I wanted to talk to you. I've been meaning to get in there. No, here's your chance. Come and talk to me. Whatever it is you want me to address, we can address it. All right? Put a 1 in the chat, and you're not Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, because I don't talk to those guys anymore. I mean, because he's not a good person at the end of the day. He needs to actually do some work and show me that he's been actually paying attention to what I've been teaching, instead of just running around here being an angry individual. I would say an angry man, but he's not a man yet. Okay, let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I don't see how y'all did Dame. Oh, we cooked Dame yesterday. Dame is. I have high hopes that Dame is going to come out of the fog, ladies and gentlemen, because he knows. Good morning, Q Dog. Welcome.
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just, you know, another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs. You?
Definitely. You know, and you're absolutely right. We cooked over there on Dame's Live.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What's that?
I come to realize one thing about Dame. Dame is playing both sides of the fence. If you didn't pick up what he was putting down yesterday, when he brought me up, right?
Yeah.
And we have okay communication now. Did you hear what he said when he said he don't care what MAGA thinks about him? He wants to be portrayed. He wants them to think that he's still the bad guy. Did you hear him when he said that?
Maybe, yeah. But let's go down that path. What did he said? He doesn't care what MAGA thinks about it. And that's interesting.
Right. He doesn't care what MAGA Blagga thinks about it.
I thought he was saying the Democrats, but maybe I got it twisted. But yeah, I don't remember it.
Well, the Democrats too. He wants to be looked at as the bad guy. So that tells me that this is a big show for him. And when I brought up the subject about those white T guys in Alabama that got arrested, everybody got quiet. Nobody wanted to talk about it. But you want to talk about Biden and you want to talk about Obama all day long.
I don't get it.
When I brought up the subject to the women on the panel, and I use that term very loosely, Blagga women, tell me something about any other president beside Obama and Biden. Couldn't nobody say anything.
Yeah.
Not one darn thing. Oh, well, you know, Bush, he did some good things. No. Y'all got facts up and down about Trump, and y'all want to talk about this and that and the other about Obama and Biden. Everything that you hear come out of Trump's mouth, you want to come up on these panels and you want to talk about it every day, all day. But when we talk about other presidents in the presidency, because there's quite a few of them, you have zero information to be able to contribute to.
Ain't that something?
Help me understand that. And the one that said that she's Puerto Rican and
she's a quarter black, she said.
She's a quarter 25% black because she's Puerto Rican. Lord have mercy. I swear some of these folks they failed every class in elementary and high school.
Yeah. Every class.
It is ridiculous how this dude, and they could never answer this question. What is it about this guy for one, that's not filling your pockets because you ain't no millionaire or billionaire? What is it that you just have to say everything positive about this guy? And he look at you, and if you was on fire on the street, he wouldn't spit on you. Make it make sense.
I don't get what the attraction is to Donald Trump at this point. I seriously don't.
I truly I could see if he was filling their pockets for them to come up and be advocates for him.
Yeah. Then I could be like, okay, you know, money does talk. That's honest, and you know, and so if he's giving you a couple dollars here and there, then you got to stick, you know, be loyal in that capacity. But yeah, where we're at right now, it doesn't make sense to be taking on all of this. Just disgusting stuff. We're literally at, honestly, one of the lowest points a person could be at, where you're either defending somebody that's a P3DO or they're protecting P3DOs. This is where MAGA is now.
I just don't get it, brother. I don't get it. It's almost like they prostitutes on the street doing it for free. That's the best way I can come up with an explanation on how these folks are out here advocating for a man that don't give a darn about them. He's telling you to your face he don't care about you. And you still just soaking up the Kool-Aid juice. When he spill it on the ground, you licking it up like a cat. Make it make sense, brother.
I can't. That's why, if you have noticed, they don't want to come up over here and talk to us anymore. Why is that? Why don't they want to come and talk to you and I? Because we're reasonable people, right?
I'm just curious, bro. Why? But they go on other people's lives, and when they come up here, they have zero things to say. The only one, and I'll give it to Tiny Tank Top Tim Turkey Neck. I'll give it to him. He tries to. He don't have nothing to say, but he comes up every day.
Yeah,
and requests to come up every day.
Like I said, every day.
Nothing comes out of his mouth, but at least he has some, you know, gumph about him to try to come up on a panel. Now, if he had something positive to say or educational to say, then I'm like, okay, he's on one.
He's lonely. Oh,
but he is the representative of y'all.
Yeah,
him, Angus. We haven't seen Wild Man in a while. Seen him in another live. He don't have nothing to say. Him and Waterboy, they never have nothing to say.
Yeah,
it's amazing how when we tell them to come on up, y'all follow. I know y'all follow Zeus.
Yeah.
Because every live that he comes in, y'all in the chat. And don't tell me that y'all following the other person that he's on their live with. I don't want to hear that. Every live I see Zeus saying y'all in the chat.
Yeah.
So I know y'all in here.
They
Why
are.
don't y'all come up here? Where y'all at? Wow, man. Where you at?
On their backup accounts, they burners, and they going, oh, I don't want to get up in there because between what Zeus and Q Dog are going to do to me, you get Jim going, you get Shay and attacking, and you get Nutty. It's honestly, Q Dog, it's the worst experience they've ever had on this app once they get up in here because we shut it down. We shut it down six ways from Sunday.
Long.
Yeah.
All day long. And they are afraid of what their peers are going to say if they really came out and said, you know what, y'all were right. Y'all were right. We were wrong. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they're afraid. They're afraid that they're going to be ostracized by MAGA. But help me understand this, MAGA. The ones that are still riding to the wheels fall off for Trump. What about the ones that are waking up and it's actually hitting their doorstep?
Yeah.
It's actually affecting their business. It's actually affecting their family,
Yeah.
their finances. And they say, you know what, man, we screwed up. We voted for why did we vote for this? Explain it. Come up to the panel and explain it to me and Zeus how they get it, but you don't.
Yeah. What they're going to say.
What's the difference? What's the disconnect? Because at one point in time, y'all were still on the same page. Y'all were still on the same page. Now that they done jumped ship with the chaos and rhetoric that's going on, but y'all still hanging on while the ship is going down, sinking. Y'all at the top. Remember that movie Jaws when the boat got when Jaws bit into the boat?
Oh.
And the guy was had the pew pew trying to take Jaws out.
Yeah.
At the top trying to hold on.
Yeah.
That's what MAGA is doing right about now. They still trying to hold on. They at the top. They at the top of the Titanic. Where it's split in half going down.
Oh, have you ever seen a boat that's sinking fix itself and then start floating again? Does that ever happen, or does the boat pretty much go down?
It's going down. I had that conversation yesterday.
Yeah, that's so.
And the thing is, when that boat sinks, the bigger the boat is, because MAGA, y'all all on it. The bigger that boat is, when that boat splits down the middle and starts to go down under, you ain't got no control over that water. I don't care if you got all the flotation devices you can find and strap them to your back. You're going down with that boat because that suction is going to pull you down. So
and they can't swim the length of the ocean either, right? So
no, you can't swim. Just take it like this. When you're going down in that boat, that's just dragging you down to hell.
So you got me actually nervous and petrified a little bit. That's the crazy thing. So in other words, what he's saying is, listen, there's some lifeboats out there. They're there for a reason, MAGA. If you were smart, you would understand that you got to get in there if you want to survive. But if y'all want to go down with this ship, so to speak, then you do so at your own demise. All right, and that's a good way to illustrate it because this thing is going down. One of the things that I keep saying to these folks is I've been doing it ever since Trump got, he won the election. And initially I was very sad and people saw I was posting videos. I was sad about it. Right. But then I got my second wind in me. I said, okay, we're going to readdress this and reassess this. What we're going to do is we're going to watch the will of MAGA snap like a twig. And we're literally watching it happen in real time. All right. And it's because of people like you, Q Dog, and all of the wonderful people who tune in every morning. The truth cannot be hidden. The truth cannot be suppressed. And it's so overwhelming right now that they're in a conundrum. All right. As much as they want to try to say that he's doing all these great things, his poll numbers don't reflect that. And to add insult to injury, he's protecting a certified P3DO, or he's probably one of the two, maybe both, right?
They're making it up as they go, Zeus. Because they have nothing to cling on to at this point in time. All they're clinging on to is the hope of what he originally promised them. And every day he's defeating their thought process of, well, what's going to happen today when I pull up and look at the what's on the news?
Yeah.
What's in the media about Trump? What's going to happen today? And it just sinks them down lower and lower. And they're trying to pull themselves back up by just creating this facade that, oh yeah, well, guess what? He had a good press conference 2 days ago. What does that have to do with the price of beans? This man has been saying off the wall crap since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And the older he gets, the crazier he gets. The crazier his verbiage comes out.
Yeah.
But y'all don't want to see that. It's like y'all got cataracts over y'all eyes and y'all got earplugs in y'all ears to protect yourself from the craziness that comes out of this dude's mouth and his actions.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Me either, but a hard head makes for a soft you know what, and I'm here for it. I want to see them all in tears. I want to see them all crying, and don't pass away. Don't leave the earth. No, stay right here.
I'm
all
trying
right,
to tell you,
God's gonna get them.
They started with Jim Jones. The folks that follow Jim Jones, they were acting just like y'all acted.
Yeah.
And y'all don't get it. And what happened? What happened at the end? They was all laid out just like fish, dead fish on the unalive fish on the banks of the river.
Yeah. I did tune in and I looked at what happened with the Jim Jones situation, and I said it was so sad how he convinced these folks who were very, these people were miserable people and they were vulnerable people, and he had those words and he had a way with words, and these people fell in love with the way he had those words, and he actually convinced the people to leave the United States. Wow. I mean, and I don't want to get on the victims because it's serious, but you got to say like, wow, how did that happen?
It's crazy, brother. And I keep saying this time and time again, and it's in the Bible. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince the world he did not exist. And I'm
hit him with it.
There's so many demons walking around here that are acting are acting like Trump supporters, and y'all clinging to them like sap to a tree. And y'all believe in everything that they saying and everything that Trump is saying to them, and it's going around like a domino effect. And I promise you, when them dominoes fall, all y'all gonna fall together. It ain't gonna be one or two. So y'all better wake up and start denouncing some of this stuff that's coming. They tell you don't entertain the devil, because when you do, you're gonna wake up on the wrong side of the river.
Oh, hit him with it. Cooking and cooking. Well, listen up, brother. All right, we're going to try to move it along. All right, champ. But as always, it's a pleasure to have you coming on up here and delivering the truest words that we can actually utter on this app. You know what I mean? Because you kept it clean. But I know what you mean.
And to land my plane on this, dude, I'm waiting. I'm applauding for any Trump supporter to come up here and have a conversation about that Alabama situation. Have a conversation about, y'all want to talk about all these different people, deportation, and you want to talk about criminals. What? Let's talk about them white T-boys that was doing what they were doing from the age of 4 to 10.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's have a brief conversation about it. If y'all got the guts to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if we can get them. All right.
I'm out here, bro.
All right. But if they come up here, I'll bring you back because I'll let them talk to you and see if they can get it for you.
I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for that one. I got my popcorn ready.
All right. WQ dog. No lies detected. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Good morning, Shay. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom, annihilating MAGA. You know what we do.
I know you are, my friend. Hey, real quick, just want to let you know our wonderful friend Janae, she's in here listening, obviously, made another post about us.
Really?
Yeah. She's desperate to try to label me a racist, because I'm the one that called her out about dropping the N-word and Mexicans are tasty to alligators, So she claims, and I've checked with my wonderful friends like you and other people and said, she claims that me saying blaga is racist.
Is this the same woman that was using the N-word?
Yes, that's the same one. Yeah.
In this, she has, and I'd hate to say this.
Yeah.
She is. And I would diagnose her. You seen the movie Split? Have you seen that movie Split?
Yes.
Okay, she's multiple personality disorder. I promise you, she has 20 personalities, and she can't understand that we see all of them as her. All right, she I don't know. She's Jay Bear this day. She's Tyrone that day. She's Julia the next day. I don't know which I don't know this person. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know her. And then one day she invited us to coffee. Some of the brothers on TikTok. She invited some brothers on TikTok out for coffee and told us it was a joke. I said, "Aren't you married? Don't you got a hostage?" Yeah, I got a hostage, but I still want to.
She
So
has a hostage.
and then she has jungle fever. So I would really take what she said as her projecting at this point, because it's projection.
It smells like desperation.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing. So I did a little video and all that stuff, and I'm just encouraging her to go get some DEI work done.
Thank you.
If she could attend a DEI workshop, she'll probably find them in California where she lives.
But can I say this? If you go to the workshop, you can't go with the spirit of lust, because I know what she would do in there. You know what she would try to do in there.
That's a good point. Didn't
right?
think about that. Maybe not. Maybe she could look up a course online, or maybe she could read a book. That might help.
Yeah.
We read, I don't know, White Fragility, but she keeps saying that Blaga was me addressing melanated people. No, that's addressing the Black community.
Yeah.
See, Blaga is a moniker for Black MAGA, which I believe they gave to themselves.
Yeah.
So it is not racist.
Yeah, because they wear it like a badge. They write Blaga. So you're not wrong for reading Blaga and you're talking to Blaga, all right? That's just common sense. That's common sense.
Okay,
Simple.
I appreciate that, my friend. I
Yeah,
did
no problem.
Check just to make sure,
Yeah.
because I don't speak for the Black community.
Correct.
I'm not Black. I am, as she claims, also half Mexican. I am BIPOC, and I am all of those things. But I am white presenting in this world, and I learned a long time ago not to speak for the Black community.
Yeah.
I'll never walk a day in your shoes, and that is the truth. But my point is that if Donald Trump cared about the Black community, then he never would have attacked the civil rights leader John Lewis, and he would have attended his funeral. You see, everything about Trump is about himself. So when he passed the First Step Act, thanks to his son-in-law, who pushed him to do so, he was angry at the fact it did not garner more votes from the Black community in 2020. See, he's self-serving. He didn't actually do it to help Black people.
Wow.
He did it to help himself in an election. That is a fact. That was my point. Had nothing to do with melanated people.
Yeah, but they always try to. They're always going to take anything we say and try to spin it and make themselves out to be victims. That's par for the course with MAGA, because they don't have really any answers to the information that we're sharing out. They don't have any answers. So the best thing to do is bring up the Democrats, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and all that other. Then, now I'm a victim. No, you're not a victim. You can't be a victim when you literally try to overthrow the United States government. Absolutely not. All bets are off. You can't be a victim when your dear leader is out here supporting or defending P3DOs.
Exactly.
Might even be one. Conservative Christina 84. No, there's no lies. You're not the victims. You've been duped, perhaps, but you're doing it willfully.
Correct. That's such a good point. No, it's such a good point. And you're not a victim when these words come out of your mouth and then people call you on the carpet.
Yeah.
Supposedly you've said you're sorry 8 months ago. That doesn't matter.
You got to walk in it. Then you got to walk in it. You got to give people time to forgive you and stuff like that. You can't just tell somebody to get over what you did.
You need to know if you understand why that was wrong and not to do it again. It's not enough to say, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry because I got caught."
Yeah.
That's not how that works. But anyway, you can do your thing. You hang out with your little crew. They accept whatever you say and they think it's a joke and they're okay with you making nasty jokes, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everybody can do all that. But anyway, that's all, my friend. I let you know.
Okay. Well, stay easy, stay safe out there. Don't let these people. We can't let these people. Listen. They could legitimately have an issue with me, and in some cases, I might, because I'm Triple H, I might actually apologize. But the thought in my mind is still, how can I apologize to somebody who's protecting P3DOs? That's crazy to me. I just can't. I can't it's a hard thing to do, because no, you have to first show me that you're somebody worth apologizing to in this context, because this is some sick stuff that we're in right now.
Yeah.
All right, and they gotta understand, until they get out of this cult that they're in, we do not want to hear anything they have to say. All right, it's, in other words, they're not the right person to carry the message.
No, 100%. And I just want to know how Black is going to feel if he pardons a woman that sex trafficked young girls. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. He's already called. They're already calling her a victim.
Yeah. Yeah. It's coming. So it's going to be interesting to watch the defense on that. So,
All right.
yeah. Anyway, love you, man. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you. Love you too.
Everybody in the chat.
W. Shay. No lies detected. No lies detected. We're sitting here cooking and booking MAGA right now. MAGA, yeah, Christina, you might want to go run for safety and get indoctrinated again. But here's the thing, Christina, you can run as much as you want, but you know what? You can't outrun the truth. W. Zeus. And you tell, and you go in there and you tell those folks, Christina, wherever you go, you tell them you got. Zeus did a number on you, and that you're not in a good mood. It's Friday. You thought you're going to wake up and feel good. You don't feel so good, because we've basically crushed all of your dreams about being with Donald Trump. And now if you go and surrender to him still after today, all we can tell you is, like Q Dog said, you're going on a ship that's sinking, and it's going to be real cold in that water. It's going to, and you ever seen a rat? Because rats sometimes are on the ships. You ever seen a rat survive a shipwreck? No, the rats don't even survive. W. Zeus. Oh yes, good morning. Good morning, Val.
What's up, sir?
What's going
I'm
on?
a little rant today.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
But first off, I want to say something, because I did watch that live yesterday that you were in. So I want to say something to the Puerto Rican lady that decided that she was black all of a sudden. Ma'am, I went to your profile and actually looked at your profile. You're of Hispanic descent. There's no doubt you're of Hispanic descent. And you're definitely not a black person. But it makes me wonder why you want to become a black person in this country. You present as Hispanic.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's why you want to be a black person in this country. Because you're afraid. You're afraid. But man, you're Hispanic descent. There's no doubt about it. And you wanted to talk about Kamala Harris yesterday. Y'all brought that up. Or don't think I didn't hear that little comment about, well, you can't, if she ain't black, Kamala Harris ain't black.
I did hear that.
Okay. People are black and white because that's how they present. Okay?
Hit her with it.
I don't care what part of the world you're from. If you're a black person, you're a black person. If you're a white person, you're a white person. If you're a Hispanic person, you're a Hispanic person. If you're Asian, you're Asian. Because that's how you present. And that's how people see you when they first see you.
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? This 25% mess. I don't know what that was all about.
Wow.
I mean, that was nuts.
Wow.
But
wow.
You
she's protecting herself from ICE, right? Because that's what you made me think of. She doesn't want ICE to come after her. So she's not, I'm black. I'm black. In the black community, I need y'all to rally behind me in case something happens. I get it. Wow.
Yeah. And for you, I just want to make you understand that Haitian people are black too. You're not helping yourself.
Ooh. W. Val. No lies detected.
Alrighty, guys, and this is where I want to make my rant. I'm going to continue where Jim kind of left off.
Okay.
My sister did a lot of cooking today.
She did. Outstanding.
Okay. So I want to make sure we understand something, and I'm going to ask a question, and then I'm going to finish it with what should be your answer. So here's how it goes. I want you to remember that some of y'all have daughters, wives, moms. Okay. And I want you to remember that some of us had pretty good looking 401ks before this administration. Some of us had, you know what I'm saying? Some of us had capabilities or wants to retire someday. Okay. And all that's gone. Now I'm going to ask you these questions. Would you have voted for this man if you knew everything you know today about the e-files? Would you have voted for this man if you knew he was going to crash our stock market and it still has not totally recovered? Would you vote for this man if you knew he was going to raise our trade deficits by, you know what I'm saying, by 11%? Would you vote for this man if you knew he was going to lower the value of our dollar by 11%? Would you vote for this man if you knew he was going to create the largest unemployment since the 08? Since 08. Would you have voted for this man if you knew he was going to take the rights away from your daughters, your moms, your children, and your wives? Would you voted for this man if you knew he was going to put your wives, your daughters, and your moms in risk for medical issues because somebody has a religious objection to the help they need? Would you have voted for this man if you knew he was going to cut your Medicaid, Medicare, and go after Social Security? Would that have been things you voted for? And then I want you to remember that one day you're going to have to look at that daughter. You're going to have to look at that wife, and you're going to have to look at that mom, and you're going to have to tell them that I voted for this man. And then the excuses are going to have to start, right? You're going to have to start making excuses. Or you can do like every one of you always seem to do. It was Biden's fault. It wasn't Biden's fault. Everything you see happening today is coming from this man. The lies that are being told. A GoFundMe to try to pay off our national debt. Are you kidding me right now? A GoFundMe. Jim said it best. We get taxed constantly in this country. The lower and middle class help pays for this country right now. The rich have not paid their share since the 1980s, and that needs to stop. Quit making it about left and right and make it about rich versus everybody else. Make it about ultra right-wing religious versus everyone else. This is where this needs to end. Quit making excuses. Quit putting the blame on everybody else. And most importantly, I want you to remember, you're going to have to answer that question one day about why you voted for this man.
Val, do you think, because so you were asking those questions, I was monitoring the comment section, and a lot of people believe they still would have voted for him, despite all of those, to me, questions that the answer should have obviously been no. What do you think? Why do you think they would have voted for him anyway? If we could explore that, knowing that it would be harmful to themselves, why would they want to do that? Why would they?
Because they don't look past their own face. Okay.
Yeah.
It's short-sightedness. Okay. I mean, when you look, there was a woman fully qualified running for president, more qualifications than we've had in any president that's ran in the last 5 decades. Okay. More qualifications with a plan to actually help the middle class. But because she's a woman, because she was a black woman, okay, that became their issue.
That's not his opinion, Gregory Jones. You know it's true. And we're waking your game up this morning.
No, it's absolutely true.
Viper, you too, relax. Y'all are doing good. Why when Val starts talking to these characters, all of a sudden, they surface and they got something to say?
They hate truth.
Facts. I agree.
Truth hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can't go to the mirror and admit to yourself why you didn't vote for her, when we already knew.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the information wasn't out there. It wasn't like his first term it was not like his first term was some kind of roses. Okay?
Yeah.
It was an absolute blunder. To the point that historians called him the second worst president of all time. Those were Republican historians.
Yeah.
the second
Yeah.
worst president of all time. That's
Yeah.
how bad that first administration was.
Mm.
And we're far worse off now than
Yeah.
we were under that first administration.
Wow.
It's your own self that you need to go look in the mirror.
Wow. Look in the
If you
mirror.
can't look at facts, if you can't look at statistics and data,
Mm-hmm.
if you can't just see what's in front of your face, if you go to the store and you pick up a can of coffee, that is, and whoever said it was $3 more is exactly right.
Yeah.
Pick up a can of coffee and look at it and go, well, it's only $3, and then turn around and tell somebody prices are going down. You're lying to yourself. If you go to the gas station and go, well, it's been within 20 cents. Well, it dropped 5 cents today. When the prices right now are nationwide ranging between $3 and $3.40. Okay. And you look at yourself and you go, gas is going down because it went from $3.40 to $3.35.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yet when Biden was office, it was less.
You get a job, Snuggles. Don't tell Val to get a job. You get one.
I
You're the
have a
one
job,
suffering.
Snuggles.
You're suffering, Snuggles, at the hands of your dear leader.
Snuggles, I have a job and you couldn't do my job. Trust me.
W Val right there. That's easy. Easy. Snuggles, you're so easy to cook. It's actually hilarious sometimes because you know you're just you're losing. He thinks he's winning, and people like him, they think they're winning. How are they winning though? If Trump's poll numbers aren't even up in any of the areas that he campaigned on, it makes no sense.
You got to tell yourself, your pride's got to tell you you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to him.
When your brain is fighting with you 100%, but your pride's going, don't listen to the brain. Screw that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on and just stay with the pride.
Yeah.
For all your religious right-wing freaks out there.
Yeah. Freaks. They're freaks.
Oh, they absolutely are. You may want to go read the Bible and read what pride gets you.
Yeah, exactly. First class trip straight to hell. All right, with your dear leader. Fair enough. Well, listen, brother Val, we're gonna move it on. All right, and I thank you for having the courage and conviction to continue to come up here and call these hypocrites out. All right, the work we're doing is obviously, you say it all the time, it's having an impact, right? You see his poll numbers.
Yeah, and it's about work. That's the other thing Jim said. It's about the work. Go
Yeah.
out, do the things you're supposed to do. I don't care if you're left or right. Help a food bank near you. Go out and contribute to St. Jude's.
Yeah.
People that are actually trying to do medical care and research to help our children. Instead of backing a man that wants to do nothing other than fondle them.
You heard it here first. All right, you heard it here first. W Val. Val's on fire. Yeah, I agree, Curtis. Thank you, champ. All righty then. Thank you so much, Val. All right.
Alrighty.
Later, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and give Val another huge round of applause. Look at this demon. Look at this demon right here.
Hello, what's up, Zeus? It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you're still, even relevant.
Yeah. When you guys gonna stop crying, huh? Why didn't you guys fix this Epstein thing back when Biden was in office, huh?
You think that's the issue? You think that's a Democrat problem?
I think you guys are ignoring, like you ignored his health, like you ignored everything.
Can I ask you an honest question?
No, you're not honest.
Can I ask you an honest question? Have you seen his poll? Have you seen Trump's poll numbers?
Oh yeah, you guys didn't believe in poll numbers, so why should I answer your questions? You guys said when I told you that Trump's in the lead, you didn't believe the poll numbers before, right?
Yeah.
So, now you're talking.
So I got you on the poll numbers, and
you didn't get me on anything, bro. You're
let me hold on.
No.
I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I've been waiting for you to come up here. I wanted to show you these. All right, now what is this? Just read off the numbers.
What news station is this? MSNBC.
Just read off the numbers, Snuggles. In terms of immigration, where is he at? He's down 5%. The economy. Hold on. I can do all of this. I just wanted you to be a witness because then I'm going to do what I need to do. So he's not doing good on immigration. He's not doing good on the economy. He's not doing good on foreign policy. He's not doing good on trade. And then what's the last one? What does the last one say?
Go ahead.
What does it say?
Biden ignored Epstein's list.
I don't see
You guys ignored him for 4 years. You guys are hypocrites.
Okay, so you don't want to. So what I've done is this, Snuggles, and this.
You cover up for the pedo.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do. Because so, ladies and gentlemen, this is a certified MAGA demon. He can't.
I'm not certified. I'm winning.
No, okay, you can't handle the facts.
No, I'm giving you the facts.
Okay, so then speak on the speak. Okay, so who Biden's name isn't there? It says Trump's net approval.
Stuttering, bro. Why didn't you guys take out Epstein?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, here we go.
See how they don't answer the questions?
Okay, hold on, you liar.
Here comes Val, because you can't.
Yeah, hold on, Snuggles.
Talk to him, Val, because I'm going to do something.
You want to talk about hypocrites? Hold on, sir. During the 4 years of the Biden administrations, those files were under investigation, several different investigations, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to ask you right now, Snuggles, who ended every one of those investigations, Snuggles?
Who ended it, Snuggie?
Show me the investigations.
Who ended those investigations, Snuggles?
Show me the investigations.
Oh, well, we know about that because he just fired somebody that was in the middle of those investigations, didn't he? Oh, Comey's daughter, right? That would be Comey's daughter, right? Right in the middle of those
investigated the Epstein files? Who investigated it?
Snuggles, can you be honest?
Comey's daughter.
Yeah. Maureen.
Garland, why didn't he release the Epstein list?
No, Snuggles, you're wrong.
No. A.G. Merrick.
Do you know who Maureen Comey? Do you know who Maureen Comey
is, Snuggles?
You guys are totally losing. You guys have no facts.
Snuggles, we're not losing. You want to come up here and call us hypocrites and ask why I didn't release them? That was answered by Merrick Garland, sir. Actually answered.
Yeah.
Because they are under active investigation.
Show the
and sir, that was also the investigations that were stopped by the current Attorney General and Donald J. Trump.
And I needed a demon to send. I needed a demon to curse this morning. And Snuggles, you've been a great
bro. You guys have no answers. You guys are talking out of your asses.
No, you're the one without answers, sir.
No.
You're the one being the hypocrite up here.
W Val, ladies and gentlemen. Snuggles just got cooked. Snuggles, no, we're not buying it. You're not answering questions, and what that did is warrant. You know what I'm going to do, Snuggles? I've been waiting to get you. I've been waiting for a while to get you, and I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send Snuggles where he came from. We're going to send him to the bottom of the pits of hell. Snuggles, do us a huge favor. You can't acknowledge that these are Donald Trump's poll numbers, and your mind is stuck on Joe Biden, and Val just gave you it. I just gave you it. Do us all a favor, Snuggles, and go straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Thank you, Val. I appreciate that.
So everybody can hear this, Snuggles. There was actually active investigations going on during the Biden administrations by people that were doing bad things with children. Snuggles. Every one of those investigations were stopped by Donald J. Trump and his administration.
Yeah.
His AG and his FBI director.
Yeah. Thank you.
So please, miss me with why didn't Joe Biden?
Thank you.
Why is Donald Trump stopping investigations on children?
Yeah, exactly. All right, Val. Thank you, champ. All right. Thank you. We're back. Oops. Sorry, Q.
Oh no, you good, Zeus. I just wanted to come up while Snuggles was up, because the word is he got the big C. So how's he winning?
Well, listen, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to him. I know.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Is it affecting his medical receivings?
Yeah. Well, listen, that's between him and God.
That's the curious part on his 30th page.
Well, yeah, I get it, and that's to me why it's one of those things where I say you better pay attention and understand there's consequences. But I'm gonna leave that between him and the good Lord. All right, brother. Right. And I'm gonna try to bring Nutty up.
I'll say this. We see in real time what's happening to Trump. And, God is on the throne right about now.
Yeah.
And Maggie, y'all better realize that y'all demise is coming in one form or one way or another. So you better get off of this Trump, basically putting him as a pedestal, because God is a very jealous God. And y'all keep putting this man ahead of God, it's going to come down the pipe to you. So, Snuggles, you need to take care of yourself, brother. Stay off of TikTok. That's the reason why I wanted to come back up here. You try to come up here with all this rhetoric and whatnot, and you're demising behind closed doors. Stop it. Stay off of TikTok and worry about your health right about now.
All right.
Stop it, brother.
I got to move it on. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, that's Q Dog, WQ Dog. All right. Nutty. Thank you, Q Dog. Good morning, Nutty. Whoa. What's that?
That's a Rocket Raccoon.
What do you got?
I want to answer Val's question. Val asked a litany of questions to MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going,
you gotta have that photo up there though, honestly, because it's interrupting something up here. I'm running a handsome operation, and it's really making it harder up here. So,
I'm gonna need you to fight through it. But I want to answer Val's question. Val, you asked the question: would they have voted for A, B, C, D, and E? The short answer is yes. They would have voted, knowing everything that you listed off. The reason I can confidently say that, is because they're racist pricks. So they are so stupid, they are so dumb that they would have voted for all of that if it meant keeping a black woman out.
Oh.
So there it is.
Oh.
They voted against their own demise because it kept the black.
Thank you, Nutty. Okay, because that photo is doing a number.
It kept the black at the.
She said, someone wrote she's an Indian woman. Could you address that, Nutty?
You know what's funny, Zeus?
What's that?
She is Indian, but she's also black.
Hey, there could be more than one thing around here. You ever had a pizza with more than one topping? That's what you were saying, Nutty. Thank you for
the most interesting thing behind that whole entire talking point. I just gotta ask you. I seem to be asking you a lot of questions when I get on your live.
Yeah.
So let me just continue in that trend.
Go for it.
Do you remember the one drop rule?
Yeah.
So therefore, she has that one drop. So therefore, hence now and forevermore, she's black.
Thank you. All right.
And so I want to also, because I don't have much to say today, I'm just going to say it and get on out of here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to let you know on June 22nd of this year, Turkey Neck posted a video. He posted a video that said that he wasn't going to promote your live while simultaneously promoting your live.
Wow.
He posted your live, and he said some things about Takesha.
Oh, Tom.
And he said some things about you while promoting your live because, he called Takesha a name that I'm just not going to repeat here. But on June 22nd, he posted this video. So I don't give him credit. And, I know Q wanted to give him credit for always requesting the live because, but Turkey Neck, you can go straight to hell. Because when you come for one, you come for all.
Thank you.
And
so he went after, he said something, he said something to Keisha.
Well, he when he was referring to her, he called her a name that because you always ask us to keep it clean.
You better keep it clean. So in other words, he was talking about someone in his circle because he don't know Takesha. He doesn't know her to even come to a conclusion like that.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll deal with that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he talked about your live.
He talked about Zeus too. Ooh.
He said,
"Oh,
I'm not talking about Zeus's live. I'm not endorsing his live, but when there is a but, that means the very thing that came previous to the but has already been canceled out. That means you are promoting his live. And the fact that you keep coming back every day and requesting to get on the live, that means that you're in love with the live. That means you have a bromance. So, and there's one more thing that I want to tell you. You asked for MAGA to show their bank statement from the time Joe Biden was in the White House till now, and then you brought up Turkey Neck.
Yeah.
That's not fair to ask Turkey Neck to do so, because we know that he makes a combined $50,000 with him and his wife combined. So that's not fair, because the very people that Donald Trump is going after, it's Turkey Neck and his wife. No, listen.
Did you say a combined income of?
You know what?
That's like $25,000 a person, huh?
He's the one that told us that, did he not?
And he told us he drives around in a Toyota Tacoma 2016. So
he's the one that told us, combined with him and his wife, his income is about $50,000 a year. He's the one that told us that. So that deductively thinking, that means 25, a piece. It may be a little bit less. He might make 30.
At least he's trying. At least he's trying, Nutty. At least he's trying.
That's the whole point that I'm making. But the ignorance behind everything that he said, the ignorance behind that is the fact that these are the people that's supporting him. The very people that he's coming after. Very people he's coming after. But yet in that same video that I'm referring to, that he's talking about your live and he's wearing a cap that says "Keep America Great." Make it make sense. How is America great when you are making a combined income of $50,000? You have two able-bodied people making a combined income. Listen, $50,000, yes. If I had an additional 50, that would absolutely make my life even better than what it is.
I want to cry, Nutty. I want to cry for Tiny Tank Top, Tim.
I don't.
I want to cry because
I don't. I don't want to cry.
I've seen a lot of sad stories.
I don't want to cry.
This is one of the saddest stories.
So the last thing that I want to say, because I don't want him to be the center of my conversation with you today.
Hi,
I'm glad you brought this picture back up, because that's what I actually wanted to talk about.
Takesha said she wanted to come up too, so I'm
okay. Give me 1 second, Takesha, so before I forget my train of thought. This picture that you brought up behind you, that's what I actually wanted to talk about. Thank you, Jerome Powell. I am not a Jerome Powell fan. However, I am a Jerome Powell fan on what he did yesterday. I am a fan, because in order to get rid of this devil that we know as Donald Trump, we have to tell truth in his face. In his face.
Yeah.
We got to continue telling the truth. And if you all listen to the audio of that whole thing, you could tell he was frustrated. He's like, did this come from the Fed? And Donald Trump was like, yeah. He's like, well, I don't know anything about this. He's like, wait, hold on. Now see, I'm gonna talk Jerome Powell, but I'm gonna talk it in black lingo.
Yeah.
He was like, hold on, bro. He's like, hold on, N-word.
Yeah.
He's like, this was from 5 years ago, homie. He's like, don't be bringing this bitch up in here like that.
He did.
This was from 5. I'm glad that he called it out in real time.
Kabira, please.
And then Donald started shaking. Well, no, well here. This is from 5 years ago. That building was completed 5 years ago, homie. 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he did that.
Go ahead, Takesha. How you doing now?
Wow.
Let me address that little man that be in your comments. In a Steve Harvey suit, a Donald Trump tie, high heel red bottoms, your ugly ass still couldn't stand up in comparison to me. Stop making your stupid ass videos about me. Address me when Zeus bring your ugly wide rim glasses, Western shirt, little bitty penis ass to the box. Address me then, you tiny testicle, tiny brain. I want to call you something so bad, but I'm going to respect Zeus mama. But keep my name out of your funky breath ass mouth. Do that.
Ooh.
And with that needs to be said.
And I'm going to say this. Listen, Mom, I don't take any responsibility for what just happened. This is
Mama,
them.
She already know I don't do that, Zeus.
Because we're
so
grown
she gonna
people.
give me a pass for his dusty ass.
Yeah, she got a pass. She absolutely got the pass.
Y'all making it real hard on a brother up in here.
No, because what you're not gonna do is go and make a video about me. I got an entire page where I make videos. You can comment under that section. You don't have to make videos about me. I don't sit up and dream about you, Tiny Tank Talk Tim. The problem is you want me.
Ooh.
And I don't want you. You're in love with me.
Hold
but
on,
I'm not in love with you. Anybody that fantasizes that hard about me, that you got to make a video about me, you want me. But I would never spread like an eagle and let that little Band-Aid taped up penis inside of me. How about that?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Takesha,
Takesha, who got hit with the warning? Oh Lord, I gotta get you out of here, Takesha. You can come on back up now, but I'm trying to keep this thing on the track. Yes, Nutty, Lord.
At this point, Zeus, your show is almost over. Let it derail.
Oh,
because at some point, Zeus, these people like Tom, Tim, Tank Top, whatever his name is, they keep coming for us, and we keep doing what we shouldn't do. We keep taking the high road. Screw the high road. I'm sick of the high road. Michelle said it best, but I've always disagreed with Michelle on this. When they go low, I'm taking them to the pit of hell. So we cannot continue to just take the high road.
Right.
So no, I'm all for Takesha today.
Takesha. Well, go ahead, get on off. Hey, Mama, I'm trying.
I don't care about no 7 days. I take a 7-day break. So banning me for 7 days for something I said, that don't move me. But what moved me is a man that keep coming for me that I ain't coming for.
And I like what you did right there. That's some serious wordplay. I got to get you on the track with that one. That's some clever wordplay. I know what she meant. That's a double entendre out there.
They don't know.
Leave me alone, Tiny Tank Talk Tim. Leave me alone. I wrote a poem about you. I changed my mind and didn't even say it because the Lord wouldn't allow me to. But you gonna keep right on. And I'm gonna hurt your feelings so bad that you gonna delete your entire account and never come back.
He done messed up now. He done messed up.
Takesha, that's exactly what the video was about when he called you the name that he called you, because he said apparently she's going to write a poem a day about me, and I just want you all to come check it out. So
let me tell you
promoting your live, but yet he promoted your live. He told people to come to your live. Yes, ma'am.
If I really say what I could say,
I know he would commit unalivement. He would commit unalivement. I know he would.
Never hear from. He would delete his account and become somebody. He'll try to come in with a wig on. He'll have to come in under investigation through a new determination. Because what he ain't gonna do is come back as himself, Nutty.
Woo! I can't with y'all.
You come for one, you're coming for all of us. So somebody down in the comments said, Nutty telling it all?
Yeah.
Damn straight I'm telling it all. Because Takesha is my sister and Zeus is my brother.
Oh gosh, what a Friday.
I just be minding my own business, Zeus.
What a Friday.
I just be minding my own business, Zeus.
Right.
But leave me alone. You ain't sitting next to that cash out.
Oh, they sure ain't.
Send something to that cash out. That's what you can do.
Takesha, he can't afford it. 50 a year combined.
That ain't no money. the money that I asked for myself, just send it to him. I don't even, he needed more than me.
annihilation, diabolical work that's happened, Mom. I apologize. These are, you created these two as well, because you created me, and I've had some sort of impact. Apparently, I've let them down here and there, but you know what? It is what it is. We'll deal with that on the back end. Lord have mercy. My stomach actually is hurting, and that rarely happens on the show. So obviously, we've got some good things done today. All right, I got.
Let me give you a song.
I can't.
I'm gonna get a song queued up next week, baby.
Lord,
I'm gonna put music to it and everything. Cause Tiny Tank Talk 10, you want it.
What?
I feel it in my spirit. You want it, baby. And I'm gonna give you exactly what you want.
Don't do it.
So I'm just gonna say this.
Lord have mercy. Lord,
please don't go too hard, because he's not used to that molten lava, and I know he wants that lava, because we know, like the Bears, he's got jungle fever too. He's trying to figure out how to get a taste.
I'm gonna go harder than he ever can get.
Oh.
Hey, y'all just come on down. Y'all gotta keep it clean. This is some sick stuff. I can't do
this. The whole daggone ball.
Listen.
I was minding my own business. Nutty shouldn't have got me activated on the phone.
Nutty, please, brother. You know she's working on her relationship with the Lord like that.
Thank you, Zeus.
And you just gonna come up here. We all fighting, we all trying to, get right with the Lord.
And came in.
Yeah.
And let me know this man that made a whole video about me.
That's between her and God, not me and her.
No, listen, I'm gonna leave this alone. But I gotta think about it. Because here's the thing, and this is what really makes it a sad tragedy, all right? But it's also funny. It's the 50,000 combined in the 2016 Toyota Tacoma. And then, obviously embarrassing himself on TikTok every day to get some money, and it's not working. It's just the saddest thing. I can't deal with this.
With them 23 followers. Get your weight up, man. Get your weight up. Get your weight up.
All right, Spencer, go on mute, because I need to say what I need to say.
Okay.
Absolutely nobody is criticizing 50,000 a year. Because if you make it honestly, that's what it's all about. However, you're not going to continue to pee in our face and then come in here and talk about how great Donald Trump is when he's attacking your little clown ass. You're not going to do it.
Yeah. It's not the money that's funny. It's him.
Yeah.
It's him because
It's the fact that he has the ability to make more, but he doesn't have the cognitive ability to make more.
That's a big word. W-Nutty. Oh, my God. Listen, I got to get out of here. I'm looking at the clock, and I'm going, wow, we worked way hard on a Friday. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Nutty and Takesha. All right, that was an annihilation. What an incredible week. All of you in the audience deserve a huge, huge round of applause. We did it, and we're bringing Donald Trump's poll numbers down every day with shows like this. We're telling the truth, and we're helping people to understand that there's better ways to run this country than to sit back and surrender to Donald J. Trump. I want to give all of you in the audience, especially the subscriber gifters, moderators, and panelists, a huge, huge, huge round of applause, because without you, honestly, this wouldn't be one of the most incredible shows on the internet, on TikTok, seriously. But before I get up out of here, we got to give one last round of booze and shame, and this goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there. Today, they hit the highlight reel. Snuggles and Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. W, Rick. And Q-Dog, you said it the best. They're on a sinking ship. It's split in half, and they're the rats on there, the last form of life on these boats. And unfortunately, they're going to go down, and they're going to go down straight to hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them one last round of booze and shame. Wow.
Silence, you matter. Daily.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Take care and stay safe. We're out of here. What a show! W-Terra! I apologize, Mom, but sometimes you gotta get it out of your system. Oh, Alter Ego. I thought we were gonna give that to the kids. Don't put it on me to do that. You can do it too. Get on out there and volunteer. Have a good weekend, everyone. We're bringing those poll numbers down. Queen Flea. Let's go, let's go, let's go. W, damn, Little Hawk, my brother. I love you all. Hey. Let's go. What a great show. We'll do drill, baby, drill. That's a good way to end the weekend. I like the drill, baby, drill. Hey, W Cindy. Hit it. Hit it. Let's do some drill, baby, drill. And then we're going to get up out of here.
Kamala Harris's war on Pennsylvania energy.
Dark Heaven.
You know she's going to ban fracking, right? 100%. Then she's against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls, she said, "I like fracking very much." Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left Marxist. She can't help it. But we're going to end that, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt.
Here it goes.
We're going to lower your taxes to insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack, frack. Drill, there's a frack, frack, frack. There's a baby, there's a wrestle for your energy. Because you know she's gonna pay, you know she's gonna pay. Hit it! Up in there, she was against fracking, against all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff, everybody here to half ago.
When she was getting killed in the pack, she said, "I like fracking very much." Nope, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical.
She can't help it. We're gonna end that. And we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these.
We're gonna be doing all of this.
We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt.
We're gonna lower your taxes.
Insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal.
Hit it.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack, frack, frack. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Tell baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill like it's
Hannibal Lecter.
Tell baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Tell baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill.
All right, hit him with it.
Insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say.
What do you say?
The late great Hannibal Lecter.
Oh.
They say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, why would you do that?
We're gonna lower your taxes.
Oh, that part.
Deep insane asylums.
Okay, let's do
You
that.
know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, 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 baby, drill, little fat, fat, fat. Drill, baby, drill, like it's
Hannibal Lecter. Let's go. Lower your taxes.
Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy
When I say the late great Hannibal. Hit it. Hit it. Let's go. How low can you go? Hey, hello. Hey, hey, hello. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say.
the late great Hannibal.
All right, how much you need? Because we already annihilated Tiny Tank Top, Tim Tom, and Snuggle. They ain't got it. All right, but we got it over here. Listen up. This is what we're going to do. We're going to pay off all your debts. All right, and then what we're going to do is this. We're going to lower your taxes like you wouldn't believe. Because we know one thing. There's so much liquid gold underneath our feet. And all we got to do is drill, baby, drill to get to it, all right? And then, after that, we'll do a little bit of the fracking because, I know you like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't.